Hello, hello, hello. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to ya all. Good to see ya. What is up, Amelis, Thomas Flaith? I got a beard hair in my mouth? The downside of a beard is occasionally get a hair in your mouth and it's annoying. Labrador, Stone Rain, Eagle, Ray Chaser, Dr. Chandler. How is everyone doing today? Good to see ya. Hey, hello from the US, Simon. How are you? Great Pyrenees? Great Pyrenees could be a good option. Great Dane could be a good option. Bearman needs a playmate. It needs a playmate. So that's why I'm in puppy mode again. I'm hoping to get another puppy like in the next week or two. I've been looking. I just gotta find the right one. Hey, what's up, Why Johnny? How are you? Good to see you. So today, everyone. Oh man, I'm hyped. It's been a minute since we've played Standard, and we got some fun Standard decks to try out. Number one, first off, I've been wanting to try this for a while. No idea if it's going to work. We're playing some Reckless Crew, the forgotten rare from Keldheim. Reckless Crew. Pretty interesting card. It wants you to have a lot of equipment, and then it makes a 2/1 dwarf token for each of them, and it equips to it. Now we have all these reconfigure cards, which are creatures that are also equipment. So we can actually just play creatures in the early game, and then Reckless Crew and win. So we got two builds. This is a viewer-submitted build from Sir Elks, I believe, that sent it to me. And then I have a Jesskai build that I put together, untested, no idea if it's going to be good, trying to do the same thing. And now we got a bunch of sweet backup decks, too. There's Sultai Junji Reanime, there's a blue-white Dollhouse deck, there's a Velomach deck, there's a Rakdos Invoke deck. So we're gonna have some fun today playing Standard and checking out these janky decks. Fighter class doesn't even get in the deck. Bad news for your top 10. I know. The problem with Fighter class is it specifically reduces equip costs, so it doesn't actually reduce the costs of reconfigure. Cytheros, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. So that's the plan. Janking around in Standard, talking about puppies, talking about Halo. Did you see the thing about new Capenna? Oh my goodness. Tibetan Mastiff is like my dream dog. Oh my goodness. I've wanted a Tibetan Mastiff for so long, but they're impossible to find. They have all kinds of health problems, but they look so cool. They look like a lion. They're the closest dog you can get to like an actual lion, just the way they look. So, Black Sheep. Slivers look sweet, but we're playing Standard today, but I will keep the Sliver deck in mind for a future Modern stream. Did you see the Halo thing? What do y'all think about this? Before we get into it, we got three things to talk about. Actually, let's do our reminders really quick first. What's up, Critter? How are you? Replay YouTube. That's Tweet Vital, the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube. Tons of stuff going up on there. Alchemy spoilers. Everyone's favorite. Tomorrow, we are Pain Harmonic for Against Odds. Yesterday, we exploded some goblins for budget magic. So check that out on the YouTube. A reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. If you get a free goldfish sticker, just let them know you want one in your order notes and they'll hook you up. Yeah, I'm excited to try it out, Sir Alex. It looks sweet. Otherwise, merch page, token, t-shirts, payments can always support the stream of the channel and the site donations. Always appreciated, never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. So before we get into the deck, we got a couple things to talk about. First, number one, you might have heard tomorrow, we're going to do an AMA. I don't know how many of you heard about this. Tomer's been promoting it a bit. So the Commander YouTube got to 50,000 subscribers. Tomer promised everyone a AMA stream with the whole crew to celebrate 50,000 subs. We're going to do that tomorrow afternoon. However, we had a bit of a change, a small change. We're gonna have to push it back by a week or two because Richard is off to the hospital to have a baby. So Richard's gonna be away for a few days doing the baby thing with his wife. So the stream is pushed back. We thought about just doing it without Richard, but there were some really good questions about like where goldfish came from and so forth that really Richard would have to answer. So we decided rather than doing it without him, we're just gonna push it back by a week. Richard can go have his baby, his little token, baby scoops indeed, and then we'll do the AMA stream hopefully next Wednesday, worst case 2 Wednesdays from now. So it's still coming. So that's news number one. Do we get to, the plant is still alive. As of today, the plant is still alive. So I think it'll make it another week until we get to the stream. So that's news number one. News number two is Alchemy spoilers. I don't know what you think. Where are you at with all this Alchemy stuff? We're in day 2 of round 2 of Alchemy spoilers. This is the Kamigawa Alchemy stuff. And I wanted to ask y'all, I've been doing daily spoiler videos. It seems like people don't like them. Do you not like the daily spoiler videos for Alchemy? They are not popular, for one thing. Like, people just don't watch them. And then a lot of people downvote them. And then people unsub based on them. So it seems like people really just don't like Alchemy. So I believe that I'm just going to stop doing Alchemy spoiler videos because people just really, not only do people not like it, like, not liking it's fine, you can just ignore it, but people like actively hate on Alchemy and like unsub and all that kind of stuff. So I think that after we finish this spoiler season, which is tomorrow is the last day of spoilers, unless y'all can talk me into it, I think that next time we have Alchemy spoilers, I probably just won't do spoiler videos for them, and we can talk about them on the stream or whatever. The other bit of news, I don't know if you all saw this. Did you see the Halo thing? This is the news of the day. So New Capenna is apparently built around drugs. Apparently there's a substance, a magical substance that rules the criminal underworld called Halo. It is sought after for its magic enhancing qualities. It comes in many forms: crystals, liquids, vapors, and you may consider adding it to your in-store events. It really sounds like reading this that WPN, I don't even know. It sounds like this set's about this drug called Halo, and this thing cracks me up so much. They want LGSs to like decorate their LGSs with candy rocks and anything that could be like Halo. So it sounds to me like fake drugs, but cannot use martini glasses because they're associated with alcoholic beverages, and it's a family friendly event. We gotta make sure that it's family safe. So don't use martini glasses, but please put out some fake Halo around your LGS for the pre-release. Wizards. It is Breaking Bad. It cracked me up. Oh my goodness, so funny. So maybe a Halo secret lair drop, Breaking Bad secret lair drop could be good. So many options. So that was the other news. I mean, the set should be interesting. And then some people were like, well, they're not talking about drugs. How can they not be talking? What else could it be? Criminal underworld controlled by this magical substance that enhances their powers and liquid and vapor, and like, what else could they be talking about? Well, it has to be a reference to that, which is kind of interesting. I don't know how you do that, and then you're like, but make sure you're family friendly. So anyway, I didn't see your Halo trivia. What's your Halo trivia? Oh, yeah. So that's the big news. Anyway, we're playing standard today. We're starting with this Reckless Boros deck. Then we're going to try the Jesskai version. So the idea of this deck, I mentioned it before very briefly. We're built around Reckless Crew. This build comes from Sir Elks, who sent it to me. Reckless Crew, 4 mana, make a 2/1 dwarf for each vehicle and or equipment you control. And then for each of those tokens, you can attach equipment to it. So the idea of this deck is we got a million reconfigure cards, which all happen to be equipment and creatures. Rabbit Battery, Simian Sing, Lion Sash, Lizard's Blades, Ogre Head Helm, Cloudsteel Kirin. We have some actual equipment, Bearded Axe, Maul of the Skyclave. So the idea is we are going to play a bunch of these in the early game, and then we're going to play Reckless Crew and hopefully make like 4 or 5 or 10 tokens, equip all of our equipment to them, build this big board out of nowhere, and then if our tokens die, well, it doesn't really matter because we have the reconfigure equipment. They're going to come back into play normally as creatures anyway. So that's the idea of this deck. Play a bunch of equipment creatures, dwarf them up, smash our opponent. So we're going to start with the Boros build. The Jesskai build is one that I made a couple of tweaks to. You get better sideboard cards. You get Reality Chip. You also get Solve the Equation as a way to tutor up Reckless Crew. I was worried that we would never draw the Reckless Crew and just play like really janky reconfigure stuff, but we're gonna start with Boros and see what happens. I built another monster, $100 budget Nekuzar. Ooh, why Johnny? Why? Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you. Oh, the other piece of news that I forgot. So Thursday, when we stream Thursday, it is also Wizards economy stream about Magic Arena. They have promised this stream for a long time, so I believe that we are going to watch the economy stream for like the first half hour of our stream and then do our normal gameplay stuff. So come hang out, watch the economy stream with me. We'll talk about it kind of like we did for that last spoiler stream where we were able to talk about the new cards as we watch the WotC stream. So gonna do that for the economy stream, but then I don't gotta run off into a spoiler video. So then we'll just play normally and talk about what Wizard said. Do you think they'll actually fix things? My hopes are not super high. We are built around Reckless Screw. I don't know, do we have it? We are built around it. Yoda Man, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you. Well, all right. We don't have the Reckless Screw, but we do have a bunch of janky reconfigure stuff. Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Well, smack ya. Ooh, Goro could be good. Yeah, I think if you have ideas for these decks, we can definitely update them and improve them. Werewolf Pack Leader. Well, Plains and Simeon Sling. Gonna need to find the Reckless Crew. That's what we're missing. Elf, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Yeah, that's part of the reasons I'm excited to try the Jesskai build, is I think the Jesskai build, getting reality chip seems really good in it, especially when you get to equip it for free. That makes it even more powerful. Almost 2 years of subbing. Enjoy being here. Always enjoy your content. Well, thank you, Elf. How are you? Oh, the other thing is, chat, and we've talked about this a little bit. Oh, all right. I gotta get another puppy. I gotta get a friend for Bear. What breed? What breed do you recommend? So I already got Bear. Bear's the gentlest giant of Rottweiler puppies, but he needs. Oh, come on now, Mono Green. Oh my God. All right. Well, there goes all of our fun stuff. Our opponent has a Werewolf Pack Leader. They get in and hit us with a Werewolf Pack Leader. Helvar. Well, we will play a Cloudsteel Kirin past the turn. A Labrador fan, eh? A rescue. So, a rescue is, I would love to get a rescue. The only thing is I definitely want a puppy. Just for hopefully making the transition for Bear easier. I don't know how Bear would do if I got another adult dog, because he gets pretty jealous. He does well with puppies, but I think if I got another adult dog, he would have a hard time adjusting. So if I could get a rescue puppy, that would be ideal. All right. Well, Helvar. Wait, I don't get to equip this? At the beginning of each combat, you may attach target or equipment. Oh, it's already got to be attached. Okay. Well, go attacking. These Werewolf Pack Leaders are a huge problem, though. Seamstress, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you. I actually was considering Beagle. Beagle was on my list. I was afraid it was going to be too small, but welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you. I'm on it. I'm going to go pump in. The card draw is the problem here. The card draw is the issue. Opponent just gets to draw infinite cards. Opponent draws a bunch of cards. We drop to 8. Not good. We draw a Bank Buster. Also not good. Well, boom. Hit ya. All right, so the problem is our opponent gets to draw their deck here. Like, that's the issue. If they didn't get to draw these cards, I think we'd be in good shape. But they have such high odds of hitting a removal spell because they get to draw so many cards. Gnarled Professor. Wait, no, you found Tibetan Mastiffs in upstate New York? No way. Really? Oh, you will have to send me the link, Stone Rain. Discord or email or whatever. I would. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're going to steal this. If they're on the containment breach plan, we live because of Helvar. Oh, they could still draw removal, though. They get to draw 2. Can we fade? Opponent draws 2. No fatal push. No fatal push and we get the win. No fatal push. Yeah. Down to -9. Staying alive thanks to our Cloudsteel Kirin. Opponent passes. Oh, it's happening. Wait, this doesn't have reach, does it? Trample, all right. Maul the Skyclave. Boom. Put that on the Helvar. Got him? I think we got him. Whoa. That was a Cloudsteel Kirin win. We would not have won if we didn't have the Kirin. Oh my god. You still have to click this, don't you? Yes. Decline. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have something they're slow rolling. Combat. 12U. Got him? Did we get him? Come on. Yes! It worked. Maybe, wow. Maybe Cloud Steel Cure is just secretly busted. Possibly. Is Martyr of Sands with Abiding Grace still good? I think it's good-ish. So Soul Sisters in Martyr proc hasn't been a top tier archetype in a while, but I think it's still like a solid third tier archetype. Need to read Dresden Files. The main character gets a Tibetan Mastiff and names it Mouse. If you've never seen a Tibetan Mastiff, it is the sweetest looking dog. I don't know, hopefully, I don't know if they're good pets or not. That's the only other thing. Bear is like super, just like nice and lovable. I don't want like a big mean dog. I want a nice friendly dog, ideally. Let me see. All right, so what are we sideboarding here? Valorous Stance seems fine. Wandering Emperor. Valorous Stance. What are we going down? We can go down a couple slings. Maybe a Eater of Virtue? Maybe a Bank Buster too. We just want all the answers possible. Wandering Emperor is good removal. I don't know about Eater of Virtue. It is a cheap equipment, which is nice. Let's try it like that, maybe. Do we still have enough equipment to make our plan work? That's the only other concern. We can't cut too. What does this do? +1/+1 for each dwarf equipment and or vehicle you control. That actually seems kind of good in the deck. Well, it's good if we go off, I guess. Let's go down one of them. Let's try it like that. I'm pretty sure a Tibetan Mastiff, because he's got a main, and Caucasian Shepherds don't have mains. Interesting. Hey Seth, I played Light Paws in a paper modern league last week, went 2-3 overall, losing to Control and Murktide Dredge. That's not bad. Like those are tough matchups. Were you playing the budget build? Do we keep this? Well, we got Bank Buster. I want to see the recklessness. We're missing the recklessness. You could get a baby pig or go and teach him how to be a dog. That sounds like a lot of work though. How do you teach a goat to be a dog? Well, let's go to the bank, do some buzzing. What do you think of the Neon Dynasty Championships in Venture? I gotta say, and I'm sure this is going to be a somewhat unpopular comment, but I actually really enjoyed the championship. I thought, and I know people are gonna be mad about this. Ruckus, welcome to the Fishbowl for the 39th month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Uh-oh. Toski A. That's not great for us. We don't want our opponent to start drawing cards. Well, play this. We can block with the Bank Buster most likely. Opponent. So the Neon Dynasty Championships, I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was very cool to see a venture into a dungeon deck. Hey, what's up, Arena? How are you? Good to see you. I thought it was really neat to see a dungeon deck work. And I know it was awkward that it's not possible in paper and it involved nerf cards and buff cards and all that stuff. But I actually kind of enjoyed it because I feel like the mechanic just flopped so hard. Like it was so bad. Wizards went so underpowered with dungeons. I thought it was kind of neat that they could adjust it a little bit to make it good enough to see play. So, I don't know, what did y'all think? Like, did you come away from the tournament feeling like, oh, that was cool, we got to see Dungeons do something sweet? Or did you come away from the tournament feeling like, that those are fake cards? They're not the same as my paper cards. Like, it's really awkward. Yeah, it was awesome to see Jim do well. Sad to see Jim go out in the first round of the first round of the finals and miss Worlds by one. He needed to win one more match to make Worlds. So close. Yeah, there was the set championship. Set News Bears, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Soup TV, thank you. Thank ya. Yeah, the set championship was this weekend for Kamigawa. Ugh, that's a lot of pack leaders. About it. Attacks with both. Okay. All right, well, block here. Opponent gets to draw a card. Opponent has so much card draw on their mono green deck. Yeah, I'm also hopeful. So we have the economy stream from Wizards this week, and then 2 weeks after that we have the the organized play stream. Deck lists have not been uploaded to. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check on the deck list. Oh, that's actually not the worst draw. The problem is we really wanted this Kieran to live so we could attack down the Ren. Now the Ren lives. Rabbit Battery. And our opponent just gets to draw infinite cards. Yeah, this isn't looking great. Not looking great. The card draw is the problem. Well, I guess past the turn. So I feel like if we don't draw a Reckless Charge, we got a lot of 1/1s. We got a lot of 1/1s. Well, I mean, the problem is, not only are they drawing from Toski, but they're drawing from these pack leaders too. So our opponent's just drawing from everything. They're drawing just like so many. So we can get rid of the Toski, but that doesn't stop these pack leaders from, and it definitely doesn't stop these huge tree folks. Even if we draw right, I think we're dead. Even if we draw it, I think we're still dead. Opponent attacks, attacks, unattacks. Let me know when you can read my trivia so I can stop filling the chat with it. Wait, where's... All right, Magikarp, I'm looking. I keep missing this when you send it. I would love to see your trivia. 1, 2, 3. Curb the Bankbuster. The Halo 1 pistol, the M6D, uses 50 caliber safety semi-armored piercing high explosive ammo, which pierces the target and detonates a split second after impact. Small wonder they could take down aircraft in a mag and a half on legendary difficulty. I didn't know that. I didn't know any of that. Well, Wandering Emperor. That is a good piece of trivia. Get rid of this Toski. Wandering Emperor is so good. So good.
I am almost sad to see you go.
I think my guess is that Luris gets banned and then comes back in nerfed version. I hope the nerfed version just does not have companion on it. I think that would be the best outcome. Oh, they get more. So the problem with our opponent getting to draw so many cards, Lion Sash, that definitely doesn't do it. All right. Well, when are we gonna draw our dwarves? This is my reasoning for Jace to be a big Halo fan. Big knowledge stuff in there. That is, I don't know if that's the same Halo that Wizards is talking about, but actually, I think that's a funny question. What Magic character is most likely to be a Halo addict, I guess? Why, Wizards? Why? All right, we gotta draw Reckless at some point. We just have not been able to draw Reckless crew. Dorks removal. All right, come on, Reckless crew. I like to do borrowed times relatively. It's Chandra. Yeah, I guess I could see that. Well, Plains and Ogre Head Helm. Go. Halo sounds like a drug made from angels. actually, it does. I mean, how would you nerf Luris? Let's say you were able to nerf Luris. How would you do it? Well, Showdown on the Skulls isn't bad. Huh. Yeah, let's just get rid of the pack leader. Opponent's probably trying to set up a fight spell, so get rid of the pack leader. Smack ya. Boom. Down to 18. No, we will not discard our hand. About it. My weekend was, it was good. I didn't do anything super crazy. Mostly, I watched Set Championship, recorded some gameplay. Typical stuff. But, it was good. I mean, that's what I would like to see. Removing the companion mechanic seems like the best way to nerf it. Opponent, wow. Main deck containment breach, sure. Well, land on red. We can only do one thing. Ugh. You know they're gonna fight it. Well, we're gonna showdown. Showdown, draw some cards. All right, those are not bad cards. We only have one turn to play them, unfortunately, but Helvar's decent. Opponent. Still no Reckless Crew. We just cannot find a Reckless Crew to save our lives. It's not happening. About it. Changing the CMC to 1 white black. Who I don't know if that would actually like fix it, but you're right that would power it down to some extent. Oh, well, playing a land. We know our opponent has containment breach. Well, play Helvar. Blizzard Brawl's so annoying. What do we do? I guess it's just Helvar and Battery. We could play the backside. Is that better? Man, all right, we'll play Helvar. Counter on the helm. Rabbit Battery. Counter on the helm. Pass the turn. Luris nerf. No companion and casts a 2-mana permanent from the graveyard that entered the graveyard max 2 turns ago. I honestly think without companion, Luris would be fine. Like, if you could only play it in the main deck, I think it would be really good. No Buenar. Yeah, so I think Buenar would be interesting. Really, the deck is very built around Reckless Crew. The whole idea is to make Reckless Crew good. Wow, Containment Breach is the... Sure, and then Blizzard Brawls. Oh, it just passes. Well, that's a bit of good news. Okay, how do we do this? Gutter Snipe and Shilberfucks. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Soup Jam for you. Yeah, I think Luris would be actually a fun card without Companion. Hey, what's up, Big Heathen? How are you? Good to see ya. Okay, so. I mean, I guess we just gotta go aggro. Borrowed time. Get rid of old Gnarly. All right, Snakeskin Veil. Why are they even playing that against our deck? I have no idea, but... Lizard Blades. Land on red. Rabbit Battery on Helvar. Attack you. Opponent. Is this working? Are we getting there? We might be getting there. I feel like the Izzet Companion would be a fun commander too, but sadly it's banned, not banned as a companion. Yeah, I feel like banned as a companion would have done a lot of work with all those cards. Oh, this is a blowout, right? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We kill that, nothing dies. Wow. Opponent threw him away. All right, we're not getting reckless, but we're winning about it. And now we can even draw with the helm potentially. Oh, I think we're good. I think we're real good. So what did y'all do this weekend? Anything exciting? Opponent. Other than getting blocked by Jeff. But that's every weekend. Decline. Oh, I really wanna get this. I want a reckless crew. It would be so sweet. Valorous Stance. This is not a Panharmonicon deck. Not exactly. I'll play the land. Play the Kirin. Lizard Blades. Wow, we're playing this so fairly, but it's actually kind of working. On the helm. Go to combat. Coral, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you. Go to combat. I wish this didn't trigger the way it does. I don't know why they made it like this. I wish it was like optional so you could choose to do it, but every time you gotta like choose multiple things and then click decline if you don't want to use it. All right, attack. Get in there. If I was a legendary creature, what would my colors be? Five color for sure. My D&D party started a revolution against a corrupt government, rolled a 30 in total persuasion to convince the already not so trusting population. Ooh, I gotta play D&D for some I really gotta play D&D for fun at some point. I've never just played D&D for fun. The 2 times I've played it, it's been for content. And you got the pressure of trying to be entertaining, and it's an interesting way to learn the game. I think it's a cool walkthrough of like what it's like as a brand new player, but I'd like to just play a game for fun sometime and see, because my impression of like learning it on the fly to do it for content was it was kind of meh, but I think it's gotta be way more fun than that experience. So yeah, I gotta play more D&D. After recent MTG Twitter drama, I just want to say sorry if I've ever come across as hostile. Hopefully you don't get too much hate in your digital spaces. Coral, I've never noticed you being hostile. I mean, I appreciate the apology, but I think it's unnecessary. D&D Clash on Choice. We actually did a long time ago a D&D series. It's on the YouTube still. It was just the lowest viewed series we ever made. Like really, I think like I have to go back and check, but it was like 2,000 people watched it or something. Like just a ridiculously tiny fraction. Well, let's move that onto that. We actually want to discard our hand here. Like that's what this is building towards, is us probably putting the helm on the Kirin, but we don't want to sack the Kirin. Ooh, or we just draw Showdown. That also works. One way or another, we're gonna find this reckless crew. About it. All right, we hit a ton of lands. Well, I mean, play the land. Maul those Skyclaves. Oh, should be good. Put it on the helm. Look at this board. Look at the janky board. Go to combat. Attack. Oh my god. Click you. Click. Should we actually be doing something here? Everything has double strike anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Right? Go to combat. Here comes the janky. We're beating mono green. We're beating mono green. Look at this board. Watch this deck actually be good. Swing. Opponent. I don't think they die here, but I don't know how they get back in this game. Opponent blocks. Actually, do they die here? Oh, they definitely die here. I was thinking they'd have something, but apparently no. Oh, the ultimate choice. How mad would you be if I sacked it here? We all know that drawing cards is better than winning. This would be the most extreme example of that. But we could draw 3 cards and this Valorous stance isn't doing anything. All right. We'll win. We'll win if you insist. What is 5th edition? There's different versions of D&D. I do not know much about D&D. I know we didn't draw Reckless Crew. 3 games, no Reckless Crews. I'm pretty disappointed in that, honestly. Although I'm actually, honestly, I think I'm more hyped about New Capenna now that we know this weird Halo thing. Because it seems like Wizards really is willing to try different things they've never done before. The actual, like, Halo thing, whatever. But I like the directions Wizards going. After almost 30 years of making Magic cards, that they're willing to try some new things. Honestly, as someone who didn't grow up as... in like a huge fantasy world. Like that just wasn't my childhood. For me, I don't have that super strong connection to like, it's got to be traditional fantasy. So seeing Wizards do different things for me personally, and if you feel the opposite, I totally get that. You probably have different context than I do. But for me, I'm actually kind of excited to see what new Capenna is gonna bring. What crazy vehicles and guns and just like really weird things. No, there's a thing that came out about new Capenna with apparently the whole theme of the set is the gangsters are all about this, what very much sounds like a drug called Halo. They didn't actually say the word drug, but the way it's described, this substance that comes in vapor or rock, or there was like a few different descriptions of it, form that gives them magical powers. So it was kind of like describing drugs without actually saying drugs. Which makes, it makes Crystal. Yes, Crystal, that was one of them. But that makes a lot of sense within the context. Like when I think of gangsters, think of like Scarface or something. Like a lot of those gangster TV shows and movies, like that's what they're about. So I'm surprised that Wizards would go that direction, because they also had to like put the like family friendly thing on it, which is a little weird. So I'm surprised they go that direction, but I think it'll actually be flavorful for what they're trying to do with New Capenna. At least, it seems like that to me. Scarface Secret Lair Drop. Maybe Halo will become another sort of VOO token. Yeah, I wonder if it'll actually be represented. Wait, Watsy is trying to say that's not what they were talking about? Well, if that, then they wrote that description in a very confusing way, if that was not the impression they were trying to give, because I think everyone who read it immediately thought that that's what it was about. Opponent gets it, it says. Yeah, Prohibition, like the whole thing, it actually makes a lot of sense. I'm just surprised because it's very kind of far out there for typical Magic Wizard stuff. Well, I guess we're going to the bank. Hey, what's up, Great Destroyer? How are you? Pass the turn. Dare Secret Lair Drop. It's whatever's in the suitcase of Pulp Fiction. We never learned that, did we? Opponent. Schmelter. All right, so this is the Artifact Sack deck. I feel like we're kind of in a bad spot here. Opponent's just got a very, very scary fast. We never draw. I guess we'd be dead before we get to play. Ugh. I don't know about these main deck Bank Busters. They're feeling a little bit slow against these aggro decks. I think we're just dead. Wow, we got super run over. Opponent. It's supposed to hold his soul? Really? I didn't realize that. I never really understood that. Seems Zuki's from the Big Loop. Oh, well, we know what that's full of. That's full of dirty underwear, right? Opponent. Yeah, I mean, there's no... Yeah. All right. That was a good start. That was a very good start. Yeah, I think that maybe it's better as a sideboard card. I mean, or it could also be that we just lost the die roll against aggro, and that's always going to be a problem. Well, anything that resembles removal in. Bankbuster's going to go out. We can go down a couple Simian Slings, go down the Eater of Virtue, go down a Bearded Axe, and what? Yeah, one more sling. Run like that. Have I played Is It Mill in Standard? We played Is It Mill so long ago, before it was cool. I feel like we played Copy Mill for Budget Magic. Do you remember the Copy Mill? I'm assuming that the new version, which I haven't actually seen, I've heard people talking about it. I'm assuming it's the same idea that you're trying to like Galvanic Iteration, Tasha's Hideous Laughter or whatever. So yeah, we played it a long time ago, but we haven't played the most up-to-date, newest versions. Could Mac Titan replace Bankbuster? Are there enough artifact creatures? I mean, all the random equipment are actual artifact creatures, so it could... Hey, my goodness, it's a Reckless Crew. It's a Reckless Crew. We did it. Finally. So we'll get currently three tokens if nothing goes wrong. All right. Well, we might finally get to see our deck do what it was trying to do. For me, regarding flavor of new Capenna, just having guns and cops in a set, but magical wouldn't feel right. The way they fuse sci-fi and fantasy and Kamigawa felt amazing, but guns kinds of toes the line, where it almost feel like Scarface with magic painted on. I can see that side of things too. But is Scarface with magic painted on, would that be a positive or negative? I mean, obviously, they still are trying to keep it family friendly, so I don't think they're going to go full on like Scarface, but maybe that would be interesting. Oni caught Anvil for our opponent. All right, here comes the dorks. Many dorks. Well, we're 2 turns away from doing our big thing. We'll see if it's big enough. Showdown of the Skulls. I mean, we could keep waiting, I guess. Lizard Blades. You know what? I guess we can. Equip attack? Equip attack. Hit you for 4 or make you jump. What do you think about the cars? Did you see the straight up like magic looking non-magic looking cars? We haven't seen a ton of them yet, but there was an image that was tweeted. I wish I could find it now, but it looked like a classic classic muscle car or something, like not a fantasy car, not a magic car, like a 1930s 40s 50s like straight up real car. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see how it turns out. I definitely can see the worry that it's straying very far from fantasy, but what we've seen so far, I don't know. It seems fantasy enough to me. Opponent gonna do their stuff. I think we wait. Do we wait one more turn to try to get more? So if we cast this now, we get 3 dorks. Let's wait. Let's try to make it even bigger and badder. Showdown of the Skulls. No attacks. All right, next turn we can go for it. Hey, what's up to Groko? I love you too. Good to see ya. Opponent, Blood Tithe Harvester Part 2. Hey, MTG Oldfish, have you been blocked? Have you blocked someone recently? Have you been bad? Oh, I haven't blocked anyone. I'm not really a blocker. There's been a couple of times that I blocked someone on social media, but I don't believe I have anyone blocked. That's not really, in general, my style. I actually honestly felt bad for Jeff this weekend. Like, I've known Jeff for a long time. A long time. I've been blocked by Jeff countless times. We have argued about Magic stuff so many times. Like, and I came away from it kind of. I know how Jeff is. Like, Jeff, he definitely is abrasive and all of that stuff. And I wouldn't want to act exactly like Jeff acts, but I also really don't like to see people getting like dogpiled. So I don't know. There's always social media Magic drama. Sometimes I envision, what if there was Magic Twitter, but everyone was nice to each other? What would that world be like? And I don't know. I don't think we'll ever know, unfortunately, but it would be interesting. Hey, Zan, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Hello. Well, it's Lion Sesh. I think we wait one more turn. We're going to keep waiting. Counter on the helm. Opponent's only got 2 cards. We just want to maximize the number of things we have. Counter on the rabbit batter. We want to maximize the number of artifacts we have so we're able to get the best reckless screw possible. Thank you so much for the raid, Zan. Definitely appreciate it. Welcome, Dowboy and Double AC. Good to see you. Let's play the land on red. Actually, no, let's play Jano. Because we do need to... We need to kill Blood Tithe Harvester. Put a counter on Simian Sling. We still could get pretty blown out by a Meat Hook Massacre. Maybe we should be trying to grow one big thing to play around Meat Hook Massacre. Opponent. All right. Well, threats dealt with. Pass the turn. Next turn, we're recklessly reconfiguring, hopefully. What do you think about Andre's original tweet? Well, I can see where he's coming from. Calling your opponent's low scale right after you failed to make the top 8 feels petty to me. So... I mean, the low skill part, I think, could come across a little bit salty or unpleasant. I do think that the latter has issues, although I kind of disagree. So the premise of the tweet, if you didn't see the tweet, the premise of the tweet was, all right, well, we did kind of want to use that to refuel. The premise was the ladder on Arena is bad, and it needs to have some sort of money tied to it. Hey, what's up, Free Jazz? To improve it. And I actually kind of disagree with that. Is the ladder on Arena bad? Yes. I think that the ladder is not a great system, although it is used by a ton of games, which is worth pointing out. It's not like Wizards invented the ladder. So many games use it. I would prefer, here's what I would prefer. Keep the ladder low stakes. Keep the ladder how it is now, where people can play it as much as they want for free. It doesn't have to have money attached to it. Like, I really, really strongly feel that there needs to be a way that free-to-play players can play Arena and qualify things for things without spending money. I think that's part of what Arena should be. On the other hand, I would love for them to actually add something equivalent to Moto Leagues to Arena. I think that would be the best way to do it. The problem is you don't really get prizes on Arena, which makes it much, much harder. On Magic Online, since there's a real economy, you can give out treasure chests that have cards, and those cards can be turned into real money, so there can actually be money attached to it. On Arena, once you have all the cards and you go infinite enough that you don't need gems to like join events or whatever, it's really, really hard for prizes to be valuable to someone like that. So I do definitely think that more could be done. Well, all right, here they come. You. Equip them all. Equip them all. Go to combat. Play it on white. Huh. I kind of wish these had haste. That would make this better, wouldn't it? Now what? Attack for... We need flying or something. Okay, well, that was... anticlimactic. So we made... we made 3 dwarves. That was not as exciting as I thought. I mean, what do y'all think about the ladder? Is the ladder... Yeah, the boys are a bit slow. I mean, they look pretty slow, so I guess that makes sense. Impressive beards, though. Impressive beards and a nice axe. So what do you think about the ladder on Arena? What would be a better way for doing it? So I guess to answer the original question, I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. I think the ladder could be improved, and I do think that Skrosky's criticism from a pro's perspective is legitimate. I do think it's not a great way to test if you're a pro or whatever. You aren't going to be playing against, always super high level competition. So I think there is legitimate feedback there, but I don't think that make people pay money to play the ladder or whatever it would be. I don't think that's good. And I also don't like just giving high rewards for finishing well on the ladder, because I think the ladder's there's issues associated with the ladder. Let's say you were okay, the top 100 people on the ladder each season get $20,000. So choose a big number that Wizards would go for. But if you finish top 100 on the ladder, $20,000 in your bank account. The problem with that is it really incentivizes people to endlessly grind to try to stay at that number towards the end of the season. We saw that even on Arena in some of the early... Ooh, that's spicy. Oh, bearded axe. We still don't really have evasion, though. We're building these dwarves, but the dwarves just... We need flying. That is the TLDR of this. Flying is a must. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, put it on the sling. So opponent would have to block with their whole board, or they just start chumping. Hitcha. I mean, these are some impressive dwarves. By the way, another bit of trivia. Halo's pistol and battle rifle, the 3-burst weapon from Halo 1 and 2, got brought into the game Destiny 2 a few months ago. Bungie made both games, and it made me super happy to see someone who grew up with Halo. I grew up with Halo. I used to play a lot of Halo. Me and my friends would do that. Hey, what's up, Mr. Zakara? How is the situation in Ukraine at the moment? Hopefully all is as good as it can be for you at the moment. That's true. Strasky's always retired. He'll be back. He always comes back. Oh yeah, I definitely have fond memories of doing LAN party Halo games with friends. Definitely a really good time about it. Although I had a friend, so I had a friend who was younger than me. It was one of my friend's younger brothers, so a little bit younger than me, and he was the best Halo player in our group. He was really, really good. So he was really good at Halo, and decided as a result that he was going to join the military once he finished high school. So he joined the military and very quickly realized that it is not anything like Halo, and had a pretty rude awakening to his military career. So that was I don't know why someone would think those things would be correlated, that your video game would be what it would be like in real life. So oh, we are reckless crewing. We are building big dwarves that apparently cannot get through and kill our opponent in any way. Well, lizard blade. Reconfigure it. We just need We just need evasion. We need to maul the Skyclave. Like, trample, maul the Skyclave. Any of that stuff would be spectacular. Go to combat. Are we at risk of dying on the backswing? I kind of feel like we're just going to get blocked, and then killed. So if we attack with everything... Are we dead? Are we actually dead after all this? We actually did what we wanted to, and it's not going to be enough? I think slower progression to motion is needed to Mythic. That might be true. How much weight do you put in the arena ladder? Yeah, I think we gotta pass and hope we draw them all. Like our opponent makes another 3-1 with haste. They ping us here. We're getting really, oh no. Okay, are we dead? What about it? Smelter. Sacks a dork, upgrades, makes more dorks. Well, if we draw them all the Skyclave or something similar, we just one shot. But our opponent just has blockers for days and days, and we can't answer any of this stuff. Oh. Like, I don't know. I got it. I did get it, Mr. Zakara. I'm hoping to get everything sent out. I had to order more envelopes and stamps. So they're supposed to be here tomorrow, and then I will get everything sent out. So it's coming, it'll be signed, it'll all be there. So it's in progress. I was just trying to wait until I got all the supplies to actually be able to do it. Well, grow the dorks. Maul the Skyclave. Come on. Ooh, Kieran would actually be hilarious. Oh, helm. This doesn't grant evasion, right? No. Yeah, we're just so dead now. Well, this is disappointing. What a sweet board. A sweet board that cannot get in. So how do we fix this? Well, Kieran also does it. No, it doesn't do it, does it? Cloudsteel Kieran, it doesn't give the creature flying. Reconfigure back to creatures? Yeah, I guess we might have to. I think we need blockers. Reconfigure. And reconfigure. All right, unbuilding our board. We could draw another Reckless Charge. I don't know if that gets through either. There are Pyroclasm-like effects, but not literal Pyroclasm, like Cinderclasm, for example. That could be an option. That could be an option for getting through boards like this. Because our deck is actually doing what we want to do. It's just not... we're missing one piece to just... Look at how big our stuff is. Like, such a sweet board. Deadly Dispute to draw some cards and make some dorks. I think if our opponent was aggressively pinging us with Anvil, we'd be dead by now. But thankfully, they have not been. Opponent hits a swamp. Oh, Cinderclasm would be so good against our opponent's deck. Blood Tithe Harvester. All right, time's running out. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. The only downside of unattaching everything is it might make it harder to one-shot. If we do draw it. Yeah, I don't know how to handle the ladder. What about just juicing the events? Because they do have the events. What if they improve those events? Increase the entry fee. You're looking at the best beardiest board of dwarves in Standard. Rip apart. The problem is, so we can put this on here and attack, but we're trading with one thing that they sacrifice anyway. Rip apart's a sorcery. Well, kill the Harvester. Thankfully, our opponent's not killing us. Our opponent definitely could be killing us. I mean, our opponent's... I think it's past the point of killing an Anvil. Our opponent's not using the Anvil for damage. And... they have so many 1/1s nothing really matters except us drawing evasion anyway. So I think this is... Okay, opponent is learning till they can use their anvil to ping us. If they'd been doing this all along, I think we'd be dead by now. Do you think Grolnok is worth doing a deck tech of? Ooh, do you have a deck list for it? I think Grolnok is a sweet commander. I think it's sweet. Although deck techs, I don't know. I don't really do deck techs anymore. I found that deck techs were something that was sweet as a long time ago. Are you playing against Sparky? Not exactly. Sort of close. I feel like deck techs were a thing of the past. Like a few years ago, I think deck techs actually were pretty valuable. But now I think it's a little harder. Maybe for Commander it could be different. Because people do want to see cool Commander decks. But everyone just plays on stream. So if there's a cool deck list that comes out for Standard, someone's going to play it on stream like that day essentially. About it. Kills our stuff. Yeah, we just have not been able to draw the final piece of the puzzle to close us out. About it. Gonna make a 3-1. Are we dead? Are we finally dead? Is this the turn? Opponent sacks. I wish Lion Slash was more like Skews and gained life. Yeah, that actually would be super helpful here. Like, we made the Lion Slash huge, but again, it's just still not doing anything. Fires up a tapped Den of the Bugbear. Okay. Goes to combat, passes. Well, exile. Looks like we get one more shot at it. One more shot. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Be good, be good, be good. Is Jano. That's not enough. Oh. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. I guess we once again passed the turn. Ideas for more competition on Arena. Before a new set releases, have a gold gem entry tournament that rewards a complete set of the next set. That would help Wizards drain gold before the set releases and give people something to compete over. I think that could be a sweet option. That's the hardest part, is figuring out what Wizards can use as prizes. Like, that's the part that I have found trickiest. Well, I go up to Lizard Blades. I still think we're not quite 100% dead. I don't know. Maybe we are. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 minus 12, 5, down to 9, 8, 7. They can fire this up. We can kill it. Oh my god. Ah! Even more anvils. Okay, that's not great. So they can sack the ones that we block? Yeah, I think that might do it. Thanks, Seth. Your stream are helping things feel like they're okay. Thank you, and keep up the good work. Well, I hope things get better over there, Zakara, but I'm glad the stream could be some small help. About it. Sax makes a bunch of dorks. Goes to combat. I mean, eventually they're going to swing with everything. Looks like that eventually might be now. All right, so are we dead? Block as much as we can. Block. 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 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wait, these are all 3-1s? Ugh. Oh, wait. Oh, that's worse. That's much worse. Okay, those are all 3-1s. Oh my god, we're gonna time out. All right, so new plan. Block. Block. Why did they move? We're trying to block the 3-1s. Arena. Block. block, 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 block. Oh my god, how much damage are we taking now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this works, hopefully. And then we can Ajano the token. Ha! So many clicks. Okay. Well, Ajano, discard it. Kill the unblocked 2/2. All right, deck. All right, deck. If you were ever going to be good to us, this would be the time. All right. We take a smacking down to 2 altogether. So we're dead next turn no matter what. We're definitely dead next turn. Do we have enough left over to win? Even if we finally draw evasion. So we dropped to 5. Opponent. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Yeah, I wanted the sling to die, but we were running out of time, and I didn't block it properly. I don't think it really matters. Like, either we top deck evasion and we win, or we don't top deck evasion, we're dead to the anvils anyway. So the card draw I don't think matters. Oh, all right. Well, sure. Or our opponent has Meathook Massacre. Oh, that was so brutal. Ah. All right, we're gonna do one more with this deck, and then we're gonna switch to Jesskai. I mean, we're dead to all their tokens dying. They have so many tokens. So the lack of evasion seemed like a problem. That was awkward. I don't think we can Kieran because we can't get enough. We can't equip enough to it, can we? MS Mall, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. We are recklessly crewing today in standard. Oh, trying to make some bearded dwarves. Well, I mean, this is no reckless crew, but this sounds fine. It's fine. About it. Oh, there it is. There's the Maul of the Skyclave that we've been waiting for all game. Well, Simeon, sling, go. I opened 5 copies of Reckless Crew, was hoping it'd be good at some point, but this deck does not seem to be great. I mean, it's pretty memey. It's a Reckless Crew deck, so it's kind of the definition of very memey. Although we're 1-1, we beat Mono Green in the first round, and we would have won that last game if we could have drawn some evasion. About it. Yasharn. Oh, that's annoying. So this means Yasharn into Ren, probably. Ugh. Well, Lan. Maul the Skyclave. Make a slightly bigger Lion Sash. Hit you for 3. About it passes. That is a big pig. Opponent. Jeez. Well. That's a land. Those are 2 4/5s with reach. Well, you know what our hope and dream is I think our hope is that our opponent doesn't believe in removal, and this Kieran can equip and Platinum Angel us to victory. Made a super cool artisan deck recently around Containment Construct and Quintorius. Opponent's going off. They're going off, but do they have removal? Can they actually stop a Cloudsteel Kieran? Alright, opponent's got the biggest board ever. Goes to combat, hits us for the biggest amount ever. Sure. Down to 4. Well, go Platinum Angel. It just had so many stats to the battle. 5 mana, add 10 toughness and 8 power with upside of abilities. It's crazy. The only downside is its tokens, but still. Yeah, I mean, we're fully on the hope that the Kieran keeps us alive. Containment, Construct, and Contorious. It plays fairly well. If you ever stick Contorious on your turn you win. What's the list like, Rooker? That sounds like a fun idea. Well, there's Reckless Crew, but I think, actually, we could Reckless Crew. That does equip. Maybe that's better? What removal would our opponent have? Probably removal that kills any of our things. So we'd equip everything. Yeah, I mean, we get 4 dorks. Yeah, let's do it. Reckless Crew. Well, equip you, equip you, equip you, equip you. Play the land. Well, I mean, that's not bad for 4 mana. Like, there is a lot of value from the Reckless Crew for 4 mana. Whether or not it's enough to actually win, Been let down by Kieran and limited too many times. It never ever saves you. Well, maybe this is the time. This might be the time about it. Amiria's Call. Well, I mean, that doesn't kill us. Do these decks play removal? Is it possible that our opponent's deck doesn't have removal? Is that a thing? Opponent gets in, makes even bigger tokens. We need more Kirans. If we can get more Kirans, maybe our opponent can't kill us, and then we just win somehow eventually. Opponent gets in with a chariot. Hey Seth, I hope you had a good week. I'm forward on my LGS. It's in Queens on Saturday in a little Pioneer round robin with a funky brew. Oh, let me see, Grand Strategizer. Icy Doc, welcome to the fishbowl. Now we're going to the negative. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Thank ya. 35 months. Who I do have an uncut sheet. I want an uncut sheet at GB Vegas. GB Vegas, wow, 3 years ago now. When a equipped creature dies, return it to its owner's hand. Well, play the Helm. Play the Lizard Blades. Hope for another Reckless Charge. What if we copied Reckless Charge a bunch of times? Would that do it? That would give us more dwarves. Galvanic Iteration, Reckless Charge. Maybe that's the way to go. Ladies' Night. Ooh, Ishin. That's sweet. Yeah, Ishin's actually coming up for Against the Odds tomorrow. Yeah, Ishin's really powerful. That deck list looks really fun. Mirror Box is spicy. Multiple Ishins seems really spicy. I like it. Wandering Emperor. Well, good thing we're not attacking.
Feel the energy of battle.
Opponent.
Like water.
Chariot. Wait, what are we getting punted for? I'm confused.
I have got new moves to teach you.
I mean, as long as the Kieran lives, we're good, right? We have this Cloudsteel Kieran. This Cloudsteel Kieran, as long as it's equipped, we can't lose the game and our opponent can't win the game. So our opponent needs to deal with that, or the dwarf, to be able to win. I don't really want to spend any creatures blocking. I mean, we could, but does it actually matter? I mean, I guess we can kill it. Well, block and block. I don't know if this is actually worth it or not. I don't know if this really matters. If you reconfigure the Kieran, there's a state-based action check between the move that would result in you dying. I actually don't know. Y'all just yelled at me to block the chariot. Chat, what are you doing to me? Chat. Showdown of the Skalds. Well, I think we're set on the not blocking plan. I'm not really, like, the way I see it, either our opponent kills this and we lose, Or they don't kill it, and then maybe eventually we win. No, play a land. Play the Ogre Head Helm. Well, next turn we get more dwarves, which is good. Pass. If there's not removal. If there's ever removal, the game just ends. When opponent played a Myria Call, you would have been able to kill it with first strike. Opponent. What has first strike? I'm so confused. I am very confused. Another Yusharn for our opponent. Getting some more lands. Thin in the Decorino. No Machiko's Reign of Truth. Opponent. And it's going to be hard to ever kill our opponent in this one because even if we do, like, how do we just get through this board? I think we're on the mill him out plan, essentially. Like, I just don't know how we get through all these angels. Opponent. Gets in for 6. Jano. Well, play a Jano. Maul the Skyclaves. Counter on the... I don't know if it matters. I wish we could get in to draw cards. Is there any equipment that makes this... that actually makes our stuff evasive? We're going to have to look. Like, our deck's done a good job of staying alive and building boards. The problem is our opponent's also building boards, and we're just not able to... we're not able to get in an attack to win the game. Like, that's the big issue that we're having. All right. Attach it to whatever. Doesn't matter. We're making dwarves anyway. Well, yeah, but our opponent has big angels at the moment. So in this board state, we still can't, even with Lizard Blade. I mean, I guess eventually we could try to eat through it. All right, we get 8. I mean, that's a good Reckless Crew. That's 8. If we move this, do we die? Does anyone know? Do we die? Do we do it for science? Is there official ruling? I mean, technically we don't have to move it, but I would be curious to know how it works. I die, you don't die. Do it for science. Don't move it. I don't think so, but don't try it. There's a split second where it's not equipped that you'll die. You don't die. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, we live. We live. We survived somehow. Somehow that split second, we survived it. We got a sweet board. We got a sweet board, but how does it win? How does the board win? All right, well, now we know. Now we know for science. I thought it was some weird rules technicality where state-based actions, blah, 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 stuff that's over my head. I assume that it's something like that. So it did work. So now we know. I assume that means we can actually move it around between creatures as well. Opponent. Mecholizzy. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, we're going to be able to give our entire team double strike with Helvar. Although I'm still not exactly sure how we make our opponent lose. Opponent makes another angel. Opponent. Bronze Plate Boar has Reconfiguring grants trample. Ooh. That could be good. That could be the missing piece. That might be exactly what we need. 41 cards, 41 cards. I think we mill out first too, because we're going to draw next. And if we ever attack the Wandering Emperor, it becomes an issue. I would love to be able to get in an attack just so we could refill our hand with this Ogre Head Helm. Like, that would be the best. Like, that's one of the best synergies in the deck is you make these useless dwarf tokens, but then you're able to sacrifice them to Ogre Head Helm to keep drawing through our deck. But our opponent, we need a Rogue's Passage. We need a Rogue's Passage. Team Pennant gives vigilance and trample and equips 2 tokens for 1. Hedge which match can't be blocked by creatures with power 4 or greater. Those could be good options. Well, Ogre Head Helm. Counter on. Sure, whatever. I don't even know if it matters. A token. What a weird game. What a weird game. I mean, we could go into other colors. We have a Jesskai build that we're going to try next, which is very similar, but you get reality chip. Yeah, Helvar. Counter on the dork. I mean, this does make our opponent start blocking some stuff, which is nice. Go to combat. Oh, God. All right, Ogre Head Helm. On you. Oh, they have reach too. Oh, there's just so many big things to get through. Oh dear, oh dear. All right, Ogre Head Helm. Oh, it's got to already be attached. That's right. So I guess we just do nothing. We could move this onto a bigger creature. Can't be blocked would be spectacular in this deck. Maybe we got to try like a Mardu version. All right, we're just going to do nothing. We're just going to do nothing so we don't time out. We can start getting in with a dwarf. Go to combat. Attack ya. Actually, take your Wandering Emperor. Start mowing our way through these creatures. Opponent. Gonna block with many angels. We actually get to kill 3 angels. That's pretty good. All right, all right, all right. 3 angels down. We will take it. That's good news. Yeah, we just got to get some creatures off the board. Like, we're probably getting kind of close that we can attack with everything now that we have double strike. We're also, with double strike, this Azeka's Chariot's not going to be able to do stuff anymore because we can just block with everything and wipe it out. So we're going to stop this Chariot. The Kieran... Have you ever read The Standoff at Honolulu? Oh my God, even more angels. Have you ever seen the magic story, The Standoff at Honolulu? It's not real. It's fiction, but it's actually kind of about it's kind of about that. It's a story of this kid going to a tournament with Platinum Angel. All right, puts a counter on it. First strike, blah blah blah. Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're just going to say no. We are going to kill this Chariot finally. But yes, it technically doesn't prevent you from losing to time. But you should look up The Standoff at Honolulu because it's actually pretty funny. It was like a kid who played a Platinum Angel in and just refused to lose no matter what. Like, wouldn't concede, wouldn't obey judge calls. I'm totally not doing it justice with this retelling, but it's actually pretty funny. Wedding Invitation is a 2-of, could be good. Worst case, it cantrips, maybe in the sideboard. What is Wedding? Wedding Invitation. Enters the battlefield, draw a card, sacrifice it. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Yeah, that actually could be fine. That actually doesn't seem that bad. Opponent. Well, we're going to put an end to this Azeka's Chariot. Well, now we want another Reckless crew to make even more dwarves. Let me see. It's so funny. It's so funny. The standoff in Honolulu. All right, here. Oh, we'll read it. Wait till after this game and we'll read it because it's really funny. I think you'll get. I think you'll like it. I've always thought about trying to do some content of it, but I wasn't sure how to actually do it. Maybe just a video of reading it. I think it's funny enough that it would be worth it. Bearded axe. So our stuff keeps getting even bigger. Well, play bearded axe. Put it on a helm. Go to combat. I guess this doesn't matter. Okay, whatever. Decline. Attack you with the 2021st strike. About it. Yeah, trample would be great. Trample would be so good. Blocks with the cat. Well, we will pass the turn. About it untaps. Oh, Kazul's Fury! Oh, I wasn't thinking that a creature could get this big, but it actually could. All right, opponent, gonna exile the helm, takes down the Wanderer. Prosper's in. Did they not actually have removal? Can they actually not kill it? Maybe they actually can't kill the Platinum Angel. That's seeming like a realistic possibility that they can't do it. And then, I mean, if they just can't do it, I think eventually this will win. Like, sooner or later. Ijano. Well, so I think we want to be equipping Helm 2 things. Because we'd rather have the token dying. Alright, make a big dwarf. Oh my, these Halvar triggers. I might take Halvar out of the deck just because I'm annoyed by dealing with these triggers. Alright, get in and hit ya. About it. Locks with a cat. It never ends. Alright. Well, move this over. Maybe they really can't beat a Platinum Angel. I mean, the Wanderer's not going to do it if we just never attack with the Cloud Steel Karen. But can we ever kill our opponent? That's the other question. They might not be able to kill us, but we might not be able to kill them. The clock could become relevant. Why can't I equip this? All right, whatever. Sure, your go. About it untaps. Yeah, sooner or later, if they don't have removal, they would deck out. I would assume that. All right, kills a dwarf. I would assume that they would scoop, right? Like, if they really, truly just didn't have any chance, wouldn't they just concede? About it. Yeah, this is game one of the weirdest standard game we've played in a long time. I kind of like this deck, though. I just don't know if the deck's good, but... So what kind of dog should I get, chat? I feel like we talk about this a lot, but I gotta get the dog, like, soon, in the next week or two. So, I already got Bear. It needs to be a dog that gets along good with Bear. Won't get crushed by Bear. A Corgi. What does a Corgi even look like? Doberman scare me. Yeah. Your opponent's got to be a little salty. Lizard Blades. Well, put it on a dwarf. Put it on a dwarf. Lizard Blades. Oh, Thor is a Corgi. I didn't realize that. Maybe a Doberman would be less scary if it didn't have the clipped ears. The clipped ears are really scary. But Bear's so sweet. Bear's really not scary. Although I realized, I forget that other people don't know how nice Bear is. Um, I had to get my propane heat filled. So the delivery guy came to fill the fill the propane, and he came up to the door to give me the bill, and I just opened the door, and Bear just went off and sat on the porch, and oh my, I thought he was gonna have a heart attack. Like, Bear wasn't even doing anything slightly threatening. He just like went out and sat there, and he was like, oh, like he was gonna get eaten. I was like, oh, that's right. Bear actually, if you don't know Bear, I guess he looks like a big, scary dog. But when you know him, he's just like the... All right. Opponent does believe in removal. Wow. Okay, this deck needs some sort of evasion. That is it. That is all. The deck needs some sort of evasion. Because it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, but that thing is just not good enough. Like, that's an opponent that game had an absurd start. They had an absurd start where they were able to get like, they hit us to lethal on like turn 3 or something, turn 4. They had so much power on the battlefield, and our deck stabilized, but it wasn't enough to actually win the game. So how do we fix that? How do we fix that issue? There's gotta be a solution to this problem. Yeah, trample might be the key. That might be the way to go. Well, bring in a bit of removal, run it like that. Yeah, I mean, we got flying. The last match we played also came down to the same thing. Trample board is probably the way to go. Bear is a Roddy. Well, all right. No dwarves, but we got a good equipment curve and showdown of those calls. Yeah, the problem is it just takes so much time. Like, the fact that we couldn't close out the game quickly enough gave our opponent a lot of turns to draw into a removal spell. Mech Titan wouldn't work. You'd have to exile your artifacts. I mean, the deck could technically, like, I think support Mech Titan because it has a bunch of artifact creatures, but I don't think it would be good in the deck necessarily. Well, land. Hopefully our opponent's not playing a sweeper. Hit ya. Down to 17. The beatdown is on, mono white. Oh, there's a green mana. Opponent. Welcoming vampire. Well, How do we do this? Well, let's just land and, I guess, showdown to draw some cards. See if we can find a Reckless Crew. No. You know, I think we offer this trade. Opponent might be scared enough from last game that they just want to trade with it, but we're fine with getting rid of this Welcoming Vampire. Google suggests a German Shepherd as a bear companion. What about a literal bear? Oh, there's a Chariot. All right. Opponent gets to draw a card. Sure. Opponent gets in heads us. Sure. I'll play a land. Bearded Axe. Counter on the Kieran. Go to combat, hit ya. And I think we need to Valorous Stance the Chariot. So we're just gonna pass. We lose a couple cards, unfortunately, but I think it's worth it. March of Otherworldly Light. So it's exile removal, so it actually gets around. It gets around Valorous Stance. No to the actual bear. Yeah, it's probably wise. Wedding announcement. About it. Cruise. Well, get rid of the Chariot. About it. Wow, we're actually kind of close to winning. Rabbit Battery. Counter on the Kieran. Rabbit Battery. Counter on the Kieran. Equip to the Kieran. Oh, attack you. Welcoming Vampire can save for our opponent. The deck's doing cool things, though. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, let's reconfigure in case they have a sweeper past the turn. Oh, I have a St. Bernard. They are gentle giants. They get along with bear in his eyes. Oh, no. All right. Well, the good times are over. Opponent passes. Oh, we were so close to winning there. We will equip. Go to combat. Attack you. Now our opponent has so many 1/1s. Adoption is definitely a consideration. The hard thing that I found looking into adoption is, at least around where I am, in a kind of middle of nowhere rural area where there's not like a million options, that the dogs that I've found that are up for adoption are mostly adult dogs. I've had a very hard time finding like puppies that are up for adoption. So that's kind of been the sticking point. Opponent. Yashard. So we can kill the Yashard. Oh, reconfigure this Ash onto something? We can. The problem is this. We need evasion again. Okay, so we're just gonna, when we switch this deck, we're just gonna put evasion for days in this deck. This is the second matchup in a row where if we had evasion, well, kill the Yashard. Because now the Wandering Emperor is gonna be live again. Opponent flips, grows the dorks, and now we're back to the standoff at Honolulu. Ogre Headhelm. You know what would be great? Ogre Headhelm with evasion. Ogre Headhelm. Reconfigure it to the sling. Reconfigure it to the sling. Go attacking. How we would love to... Oh, look at this pile of equipment. Wait, new Alchemy previews? Oh no. Should we look at Alchemy previews about it? Oh my god. The wandering never ends.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa.
Alright. Takes it down, eats the sling. Okay, this deck but with evasion could be legit. It could be legit. About it. Grows the Dork. Cave of the Frost Dragon. These Ogre Headhelms could do so much work if we could actually get in combat damage with them, which apparently is just impossible, but opponent hits us to 5. We draw land. All right. We're gonna change this a little bit. We're gonna change this. Let's see. We're definitely adding more evasion. Let's try the Jesskai build, but with more evasion. That's the thing that we've learned. I kind of like the reality chip idea and the sideboard cards it offers. I don't know if it's better overall or not, but we're definitely adding... Oh, the Jesskai build didn't have much evasion either. And it definitely needs way, way more evasion. I mean, actually, let's... maybe we stick with Boros and just add... Let's try Boros with evasion. I feel like it's going to be easier to add the evasion. Where's the Trampler reconfigure? All right, Bronze Plate Boar in. All of them. Equipment Trample. Goblin Morningstar. Dwarven Hammer. When it enters the battlefield, you can pay to make a dwarf. Equip creature. Okay, that's not great. Eater of Virtue. +1/+1 vigilance and trample. I mean, that doesn't seem that bad. 3 to equip is rough, but we're not really hoping to equip it. I don't think Eater Virtue is very good in this deck. The blockbusters I would prefer as sideboard cards, I think. Not sure what we're life gain hating too much. We can bring in a couple Cinderclasms. Maybe something like this. How does this look? Yeah, 1 equip to a token, I guess, is okay. Can be blocked by creatures with power 4 or greater. We'll add a couple Gazul's Furies. Gazul's Fury seems sweet. The deck could definitely use some MDFCs. We have plenty of space for some MDFCs. Or more MDFCs. I mean, you never have too many MDFCs. Maybe something like that. Now we have too many cards. Showdown of the Scalds also seems really good. Oh, we only had 2 Maul the Skyclaves. That makes sense why we were never drawing it. Yeah, go down all the Bank Busters. Access Tunnel and Wedding Invitation. What is Access Tunnel? Target creature with power 3 or less can't be blocked this turn. Would that work in our deck? Can we get a creature with power 3 or less? I guess it's possible that we can activate it and then equip. That seems tough. Torolf gives pseudo trample. When a creature planeswalker you control deals excess damage. Oh, it's only excess non-combat damage, right? So it doesn't actually really give trample. How does it give pseudo trample? All right, how about this? That looks better, right? Oh, we could add another Maul the Skyclave. I kind of like the Helvar in the deck. How many lands do we have now? Lands, 15? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, we're probably cheating a little too much on lands. We're going to have to cut something. Simian Sling, Maul the Skyclave. You know what? Let's try 1 Access Tunnel. I don't think it's going to work, but we'll try it. Ooh, Curse of Hospitality. That does give trample, doesn't it? You know what? Let's play it as a fun of. We'll keep the 2 Mauls. Let's try it like that. Let's try it. We're trying to win with Reckless Crew. Yeah, I don't know if Access Tunnel will be good. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom, and if you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. All right, first impression of new Alchemy cards. We'll make it quick, because I know not everyone likes Alchemy. These are the cards that I have not seen before. So here they go. Alchemy cards. They are only legal on Arena, in Alchemy, in Historic. Here's what we got. Boom. Imperial Blade Master. 3 mana 2/2 double strike. When a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, draft a card from its spellbook. The question is, what is in its spellbook? My guess would be a bunch of not great samurai. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so it's basically just random common and uncommon samurai, Ajano Uprising, Eater Virtue. I mean, that's a good samurai card. I have criticized Wizards for making samurai cards that aren't very synergistic. This one actually is pretty good. 3 mana, 2/2, double strike. When it attacks, you get to draw a card if you attack alone. That seems good. I like it. I think that's good. Next up, we have Artillery Enthusiast. 1 mana, modified creatures you control have face. 1 mana, 1/1. When Artillery Enthusiast enters the battlefield, you can discard a card. If you do, seek a card with the mana value equal to that card's mana value. Huh. When it enters the battlefield, you can discard a card. If you do, seek a card with mana value equal. I don't think that's very good. So 1 mana ETB loot seems fine. The problem is, often with a card like this, you want to be discarding a, yeah, I guess giving your modified stuff haste. Like in a modified deck for that ability, it's probably decent. But often with the looting ability, you want to be discarding like a land to get a non-land, or the opposite. You want to be discarding your most expensive card because you're trying to find lands. The fact that you're seeking a card with the mana value of what you discarded, I feel like limits the potential. Menace, you're right. It is Menace, my bad. Limits its potential as a looter. On the other hand, in a modified deck, I mean, I think it's probably good enough as a modified 1-drop that's synergistic with the rest of the deck. Modified, I think, could be improved. Yeah, if you can have shenanigans where you Arclight into Arclight or something, that would make it better. Ooh, what do we have here? Semblance Scanner, 3 mana, 3/1, equipment Shapeshifter. When it or equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, if it's not a token, conjure a duplicate of it into your hand. Reconfigure of 1. When Semblance Scanner or equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, if it's not a token, conjure a duplicate of it into your hand. Okay, so if you hit your opponent with this, you're going to get a copy of it in your hand. If you hit your opponent with this equipped to something, you're going to get a copy of whatever it's equipped to. I mean, that seems fun. One thing I'll say about all the reconfigure cards we've seen from Alchemy is pretty much all of them have really low reconfigure costs, which make it way more exciting. It is way more explosive. Some of the reconfigure costs on other cards were high, but we have a lot of one mana reconfigure costs, so seems reasonable. Chronicler of Worship, 2 mana, 1/1, Human Monk. When it enters the battlefield, put a random shrine card from among the top 7 cards of your library into your hand. It perpetually gains. This spell costs 1 less to cast, then shuffle, add 1 mana of any color. I wish this was a paper card. If they had made this card a real card, oh, I would love this card. If this card was same exact card, 2 mana, 1/1, ETB, look at the top 7 cards of your library, put a shrine into your hand, and then tap to add a color of mana, that would be so good for shrine decks. Oh, it would be so good. As it is, it's still really good for shrine decks, but it only works on Arena, which is disappointing. Some of these cards have felt so close. I don't know if y'all have seen this either. I don't know, where's the best example of this? This is the best example. This Inchblade Companion. To me, this reads like a paper card. 1 mana, 1/1. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever it becomes attached to a creature, create a token that's a copy of it, except it doesn't get the ability. Only do it once each turn. Reconfigure for 2. What about this could not be a paper card? I don't think there's anything on this that cannot be a paper card. And my personal feeling is, if a card is paperable, Wizards should print it in paper, because I would like all the Magic players to be able to play it, rather than just like, not only Arena players, but a small subset of Arena players. Like, not only do you have to play Arena, you have to play Alchemy or Historic on Arena. So if you're a Standard player or whatever, you don't even get access to these cards. So some of these have felt, it makes me jealous, I guess, that we're not getting them, and they're only showing up on Arena. Some of them, it's like, okay, that's really wonky, that's really weird. We don't need that in paper. It wouldn't work in paper. But other ones, I'm like, oh, come on, like, make that small change and just put it in paper. So this set is attached to Kamigawa. So I believe that is the only shrine card that we've seen from the set. I don't think we're getting like an actual shrine or anything like that. But it's technically considered to be part of Kamigawa as far as Wizards is concerned. Here's my reasoning for playing Goblin Morningstar over Bronzeplate Boar. If you're in top deck mode, looking for trample card to equip an already stacked creature, which do you want, the one that costs 8 or the one that costs 4? That's actually a pretty good argument. Uh-oh. Mythic alert. Consuming Oni. 4 mana, 6/6 Ogre Demon Flying Menace. At the beginning of your end step, a random non-land card in your hand perpetually gains. When you cast this spell, you lose 3 life. That card is frightening. Frightening. I have to imagine this has to be, well, okay, so there's a lot of good removal. It still dies to removal, but those are some stats. That's an impressive body. That's 4 mana 6/6 flying menace. And then the drawback doesn't seem that big. Like, just stop casting stuff. Who wants to cast your spells anyway? Seems like a really nice top-end finisher for, like, a mono-black aggro style deck. And then you don't care. You're the aggro, so what do you care if eventually you take 3 life off it or whatever? And we've seen, like, Desecration Demon, other 4 mana 6/6 flyers be pretty good at certain points in the past. So I actually think it's got a shot. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Ooh, we got the boar this time. This hand actually looks kind of... Ooh, we got the access tunnel too. Oh, no white mana though. All right, come on, white mana. Good in Ogre Tribe. There's one more. Asha of the Fallen. Well, Rabbit Battery, number 1. What is this last Alchemy card that we haven't seen? Oh, we're not attacking. Molten Impact. 2 mana. Molten Impact deals 4 damage to a creature or planeswalker, sorcery speed. If access damage was out this way, when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell, Molten Impact deals damage equal to the excess to target creature or planeswalker. So you cast this, you kill a 2/2. The next time you cast an instant or sorcery, you get to deal 2 to something. It stores up the extra damage. I mean, that's kind of cool. Boy, wizards. The thing that really bothers... We'll see if this changes. When we get the... opponent's off to a fast start here, aren't they? We'll see if things change once we get this economy stream on Thursday. But one thing that drives me crazy about this, just look at the rarity breakdown. These are the new cards. There's going to be around 30 cards. We have, 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like there's going to be a set of 5 uncommon 1-drops. That's what it appears to be. And then we have a million rares and a bunch of mythics. Why, Wizards? Why does the rarity have to be so high on these cards? Opponent gets and hits this. Oh, yeah, this... Okay, next game. What is Experimental Pilot? Experimental Pilot is... all right, Volt Surge in, Cinderclasm in, Rip Apart's in, Wandering Emperor's in, Go Down. Maybe we went a little too heavy on MDFCs. Maybe just a touch. I think it's possible. Curse of Hospitality, gonna have to go. Yeah, Curse of Hospitality might be too memey. I mean, it would be funny to see it go off, but if we're trying to win games, it might not be the wisest choice. Trample's probably just better than flying in this deck, honestly. Trim. Yeah, we might have to go back down a couple MDFCs. Trim. Oh, we can't take out too much because we gotta have enough equipment or our deck isn't gonna work. The pilot. Experimental Pilot. Oh, I can just hover them. I forgot. 1 mana, 1/1. Wherever it went. 1 mana, 1/1. It crews up as if its power was 2 greater. It is War 2. You can discard a card. You draft a card from its spellbook, which is a pile of medium powered vehicles. There's a couple of decent-ish ones, but, well, we're going to try this again. Still no white mana. Dragamodes for the 18th month. Well, 5 minutes ago, Seth, perhaps was wrong. It might be possible to have too many MDFCs. I think Experimental Pilot seems very good for Greasefang decks. I don't think I would play it in just a normal vehicle deck over the other options, but in a Greasefang deck where discarding cards is actually a pretty big upside, then I would definitely play it. Mana Screw. I just refuse to play Alchemy, and I hate it because I used to play Historic so much, but I don't want to play Hearthstone, I want to play Magic. One of the biggest issues I have had my biggest issue is the impact on Historic, which I believe was just unnecessary. I don't know why Wizards did that. I don't know what the upside is. But it's been very, very sad that Historic, a very beloved format, has become so much less popular because of Alchemy. And like I said, I don't think there was really any reason for that. I don't think Wizards, they didn't need to make it Impact. They didn't need to make it Impact Historic. That was the worst choice of all this. What does this spellbook look like? Does anyone have a link? Let me see. So I had to look it up for the video earlier. It's all vehicles. Let me see if I still have it. Oh, I don't. Oh, it's in the YouTube video. If you go to the site and look at the YouTube video, you'll find it. It's all like okay vehicles. I think there's Reckoner Bankbuster, there's Mech Titan Gore, but it's mostly common and uncommon vehicles. All of them with crew costs cheap enough that you can crew it with a pilot. So basically, you're gonna get a vehicle. You're not gonna get Parhelion or like the All Star, Heart of Kirin's or anything like that. But now let's Helvar first. Helvar, go. Then we can dwarves and all right, Brutal Cathar. The removal never ends. Opponent passes. Ooh, but that wrecks us too. Ooh, how do we do this? How do we do this so that Cinderclasm's good and doesn't ruin our life? Double strike, +1/+1. Oh, they have the escort too, but they don't have counters. Oh, maybe we might just have to do it, unfortunately. It feels so bad. We're killing two of our things, but we wrath our opponent's board and we get back Helvar. Is it worth just doing it? Should we just do it? If the Alchemy cards didn't go into Historic, what would you do with them after they rotated from Standard? Well, my biggest issue with Alchemy, well, if we equip in Wrath, we still lose. We still lose our stuff. Like, this is going to be a 2/2, and it still gets Cinderclasmed. Because we got to kick it to get rid of the Brutal Cathar. But Reckless Cure doesn't really protect him is the problem. We're still going to have creatures that are small enough that they die. All right, we'll try to find a way to play around it, but they still just die is the issue. Like, we get a 3/2 and a 2/1. So now he has Reckless Crew, and our stuff still doesn't survive Cinderclasm. All right, well, that's fine. Like, if our opponent just has a pile of Brutal Cathars, the upside of this line is, I guess, potentially that we're going to get more cards out of our opponent's hand. Opponent passes Showdown of the Skulls. All right. Well, go to combat. Go attacking. I mean, I guess we might as well just attack with both. Attack. About it. Well, the Showdown of the Skulls helps. We get to hit our opponent, wrath the board, get back Helvar, and then rebuild with Showdown. Not bad. Good addition to the sideboard. Opponent. And then we do get to keep our sling, which is nice. Opponent. Elite. Well, okay. Annoying Spellbinder. I mean, this is fine, though, because we can sling the Helvar and just go to town. Or actually, I guess, Bearded Axe the Helvar. Equip. Go to combat. Click. Attack you for 12. Oh, Helvar's actually good. Actually pretty good. Opponent goes to 3. No fear of death. And Luminarch Aspirant. I don't think that's going to be good enough. Opponent's locked into Chump Block Helvar Forever mode. All right, decline. Opponent keeps attacking. Well, Volt Surge. Volt Surge. And got him. It worked. It worked. Oh my god, Helvar. No, Helvar. Bad Helvar. Miyako best girl for the 56th month. See that the bad line just resulted in 4 more face damage. Now you're learning how to play RX. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. As a enthusiastic game designer, I have to imagine that it's a technical limitation. You can't include alchemy cards. Ideal buffed cards, like the venture cards, would... I have to imagine that it's a technical limitation. You can't include alchemy cards and the ideal buff cards, like the venture cards, without stuff like Gold Span Dragon being nerfed as well. Wait, are we talking about historic? I mean, that's my issue with it, is I don't think the nerfs and buffs should have impacted historic. If the random alchemy cards are legal in historic, I don't think to me, that's not the end of the world. Like, Wizards had already said it's a digital format and all that stuff. Like, whatever, yeah, I can see how it's a bit awkward, but for me, that's not a deal breaker that a few of those digital only cards would come into historic. But the nerfs and buffs, like, I think the biggest issue I had with it is it just made it feel like Wizards just didn't care about historic. And it's kind of always felt like Wizards doesn't really want historic to be good and doesn't really want it to be popular. So I don't know. That's the part that frustrated me about it. It wasn't so much, okay, every few months there's a handful of digital only cards that mostly are not even good enough to really see playing the format, entering the format. Like, that wasn't the end of the world. Well, tap land and go. Looking a little slow. If Alchemy Historic was a queue, no one would play it. I mean, if you see the numbers on how many people play Alchemy, it's not a ton. It's not a ton. The numbers are pretty bad. Opponent gets and hits us. Ooh. I'll play a land. Smash the Usher. Wow, this is so clunky. These Reckless Crews looking a little bad now. We're seeing the downside of Reckless Crews, which they can be 4 mana do literally nothing. And we're kind of in the 4 mana do literally nothing mode at the moment. About it. Well, play a land, play a Helvar. Rabbit Battery helps, just being a cheap creature or cheap equipment. Brutal Cathar. Oh, Cinderclasm. Come on, Cinderclasm. About it. Helpful Initiate. We need the Cinderclasm, and we need it now. Lizard Blades. Well, play Lizard Blades. Play Rabbit Battery. Not feeling great, though. Not feeling great. Down to 13. Pass the turn. Opponent adapts. They get to start growing the Hopeful Initiate. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, God. Well, that is how you die. Wow. Oh. The mulligan got us good on this one. Alchemy is another major expense. It's not just a supplemental product. Well, we get a Helvar. Yeah, that was a disappointing one for the deck. Not great, not great. I'm unsure how Wizards isn't supporting historic. Well, I mean, I would consider, like, I think of it this way, like with the nerfs and buffs thing. Like, what if a card was too strong for standard? When they had to ban Elrond's Epiphany. Let's say Elrond's Epiphany is too good for standard, so Wizard has to ban it. I think everyone's fine with that. That's a thing we've done forever. Like, if a card's too good, it's got to get banned. No one's going to complain about that. But because Elrond's Epiphany was too good for standard and they banned it, it also became banned in modern. I would take that as a sign that Wizards doesn't really care about that format, because it's a very different format. And why, and it's not even logical that what's good for standard would be good for modern. So to me, that's how it comes across to me. Maybe that's the wrong way of looking at it. But when I hear, okay, we're going to nerf cards for standard / alchemy, but they're also going to impact our vintage format on Arena, to me, that sounds like, well, I don't know. For whatever reason, we just don't care enough about Historic to prioritize it. Like, we're okay with hurting Historic for this Alchemy format. Even though if you look at any of the play rate numbers, with how it's played out, Historic's actually way more popular than Alchemy. Like, so I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think Alchemy is great for budget magic, nerf good stuff, rares and mythics, and the last balance patch, more than 50% of the buffs were commons and uncommons. That is true. I mean, personally, I like Alchemy existing. I don't think it's going to catch on at this point. And I think that part of it's because of how Wizards launched it. Like, I think Alchemy could have worked. It should have worked. It should have worked, and it should have been really sweet, and it should have been a loved format that people really enjoyed playing. I don't think it can get there now, though. Like, I'm really, really afraid that the time has just passed. This hand's really good, and that the mood is just so negative that no matter what Wizards has done, I don't know if they can change people's perception of the format. But if they had announced the format, handed out a bunch of free cards, made it inexpensive, like, people would have liked it. I think people would have been on board. Didn't have it impact, the nerfs and buffs impact Historic for no really apparent reason. Like, if they had done those things, I think people would have been very positive about the announcement and been like, wow, this is cool. Like, it's another format I can check out. Sometimes standard gets stale. This gives me another option. But instead they took the other path with all those choices. Like, rather than give people a bunch of free cards and make it cheap, they made it mostly rares and mythics to make it really expensive. They had it hit on Historic, a format a lot of people liked, and there wasn't a good reason for or explanation for why it would hit on Historic. Like, what was the reasoning for that? We never really got one. We don't know. So, boy, it could have been so good. It could have been so good. Wasn't Historic really badly viewed originally too, especially after the initial announcement of Pioneer? Ooh, Halana and Elena. Now, opponent's just curving out with strong Magic the Gathering cards. Oh, maybe this deck's just too janky. It might be too janky. Ogrehead Helm. Well, we play a land on white. Was Historic? So Historic definitely had its issues. That's for sure. With, I think the biggest one being... Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. Sneaky reacher. With the biggest one being Wizards trying to charge double the wild cards. Hey, the one James! Thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. When was the last time all the formats were satisfied at the same time? I don't know if that ever happens, honestly. I think it's unlikely that all the formats will actually be satisfied at the same time. Opponent. All right. Getting in for 8 million. 6, 11, 12, 13. All right. Sure. Down to 1. Well, go Reckless Crew. Land. Reckless Crew. Crew 'em up. Save us, Kieran. This is a Jund deck, though, so we know they have a ridiculous amount of... removal, so... I don't know. Not feeling confident in this matchup that the Kieran's going to stick. About it. Untaps. And... we need an Invisible Stalker. Gold's Bandragon. Okay. Another strong Magic the Gathering card goes to combat. I mean, if Historic came back after doing double wild cards, I have to hope that Alchemy becomes popular eventually when they fix it. I mean, to Wizards' credit with the double wild card thing, they actually made that fix pretty quickly. which was good. We'll see if they come out and they are like have awesome news at the economy stream they're doing on Thursday. Maybe that could be enough to help the format recover. I feel like if it's happening like 6 months from now, a couple years from now, it's just going to be past the point. Like it's going to be too late to win people back over. But if they come out and have really good news at this economy stream, which I'm trying not to get my hopes up for, but if they do, maybe that'll be enough to turn the tide with the perception of the Alchemy format. Because again, I would like Alchemy to succeed. I want there to be more options, and I like new Magic cards, even if they're fake Magic cards. Like I'm okay with all of that stuff. Ooh, all right. Reckless Crew number 2. So. How do we ever... Boy, no matter how big our board is, it's just so difficult to attack. I'll equip. Wait, do we have to do this to all of them? For each of those tokens, you may... whatever. I think it's making... It feels like it's making us do it, so alright, whatever. Equip them all. Move over the rabbit battery. Pass the turn. Wait. Oh, all right, that's fine. I was wondering why they had haste, but those are the old ones. If the Arena Q subscription, I would play more MTG and love Alchemy. As it is, I've been playing for more Yu-Gi-Oh than MTG, and it is, and that is with me loving Kamigawa. I would love a subscription model too. That would be so spectacular. Huh. All right, so. Well, this is going to be tough. Well. Oh, that's 5? Ouch. That is an expensive one, isn't it? Well, Lizard Blades. Yeah, Bronze Plate Boar, Reconfigure 5's a little tough. I think I'm coming around to the Morningstar idea just for cheapness sake. Well, no attacks. This is how a lot of these games have went. What would you be willing to pay for a subscription? Oh, also, here's another question. This came up on the podcast. What if Wizards made it so you could trade up wild cards? Like trade so many commons for a uncommon, so many uncommons for a rare, so many rares for a mythic. What number would it need to be for you to be excited about it? Like how many commons would you have to trade to get an uncommon or a rare or mythic? Yeah, I think that could be interesting. Hey, thank you again for the raid, Jamie. $10, $5. I mean, $10 or $5 seems very, very reasonable to me. Well, move this over. Move this over. Play the tap lad. Pass the turn. Every single one of, almost every one of our games with this deck have become exactly this. I mean, what, Netflix is what, 12, 13, 15, somewhere in that range. Like, I would love it. I would love it. I bet it would be like 50 plus. Unfortunately. Well, maul this guy, Clave. Now we're making this a pretty impressive dwarf. Trample, double strike, flying, first strike. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. All right. Well, it doesn't really matter. Go attacking. Opponent. Blocks. Sacks. Okay, this is fine, because we get to sack it to draw 3. Yes, please. Oh. A lot of clubs to you, Kieran's. I will pass the turn. Jeff Boyardee. Hey, what's up, Benny? How are you? Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big subscription for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, we got to sack. Don't we have to sack because of it dying? Like, isn't it going to die to the Predator or no? Like, we hit it. This is indestructible. So it soaks up the damage, and then it hits it back on normal damage, and then we lose it. I'm pretty sure. If it was like regeneration, it would have worked, but with indestructible, I think it would actually end up killing us. So we got to get some cards out of it at least. We'll play the Kieran. I think our goal is back to trying to equip more Kierans, maybe. Play the Kieran. Oh my god, this deck. These have been the weirdest standard games past the turn. We're really trying about it. Well, I appreciate the thoughts. It was a good thought. It definitely was. Is there something I'm missing, or do you have more than one way to get flying right now? So we got flying from the Maul, this guy, Clave. Technically the... Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's real bad. This is just going to let our opponent tutor up an answer. Yeah, that does it. Opponent's going to be able to go through literally their entire deck if they want to. Like 30 cards deep. Yeah. Well, every one of these games comes down to this. Every one. Opponent. Yeah. Well, maybe Reckless Crew's still not good enough. Yeah, there's no... Well, no. Cloud Studio Kieran only works if it's equipped to something, and it's not. There's only one equipped. So they only need one answer, and we're at negative 26. Yeah, by itself, it's just a 3-2 flyer. Yeah. Yeah, but it's 5 to attach, so we didn't have the mana to plane attach him. Unfortunately, we were a mana short. Well, 2 because we had to play the Shatter Skull Smashing tapped. Well, Wandering Emperor deals with our opponent's big annoying stuff. This it's a heartbreaker. It's a heartbreaker. It feels so good at building a big, scary, interesting board, but so bad at actually killing. So bad at actually killing anyone. It just like, it feels so close. It feels so close. But it just can't quite get over the hump and actually close out the game. That's the issue we keep having. What would everybody think of unlimited drafts for $10 a month? You'd still need to invest time into the game, and it would incentivize you to play as often as possible. Isn't a single draft $10 now? Like, what is the cost of one draft? I feel like... I mean, that would be great. I think if you could pay $10 for unlimited drafts, I think you would have a lot of people do it. I think it would be very popular. But I'm not sure that Wizards would go for it. I think Wizards would put the value much, much higher. $7.50. Okay, so almost. Yeah, that's the problem with all this stuff. And that's why I'm scared of the economy stream that's coming up is... What would be good for us is just so different than what's good for Wizards. And I'm not sure there's any meeting in the middle, really. We might just switch decks after this, try a different one. We have backups. Try one of the backup decks. Get an edge. I don't think it was what you think it is. Platinum Angel and then waiting for the opponent's draw removal isn't great. I don't think it is what you think it is. Platinum Angel and then waiting for opponent's draw removal isn't great. Well, that's not really what the deck's trying to do. The idea isn't to get a Platinum Angel on something. The idea is to make a whole bunch of dwarves and use them to kill the opponent. The problem we keep running into is we're able to make a big board, but our opponents also has just as big of a board, and we're not able to get through for the combat damage. So that's the issue that we've been having. But the goal isn't to just hide behind the Platinum Angel. That's annoying. Well, play the land. Oh, and this is gonna flip. Oh, that's bad news. Please trade with us. Please kill our precious boar. Have you played with Jin Gataxias yet? I don't think we've played any Jin Gataxias decks. Jin Gataxias is sweet. I mean, maybe we played one on like release day or something, but I don't think we've actually played another one since then. How about a splash for blue for the blue March card to phase out their board? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that's death. Blue March could be interesting. That might work. I think phasing out the board does have some upside. Whether or not we'd have enough mana to phase out everything, I feel like we're hoping that adding... Wow, they're not even going to attack. They're just going to stay back. All right, sure. More lands. Well, okay. Boom. I mean, I don't think we can win from here. Go after the Halana and Elena. Sure, kill it. But that still is 7-8. Halana and Elena is actually pretty powerful. Opponent. What about adding Nahiri for free equips? Nahiri... I mean, Nahiri could be okay. I think in general, the problem hasn't been... Like, Reckless Crew equips everything to the dwarves. Nahiri equips to a token that it makes. So I'm not sure that solves our problem of being able to kill our opponent. That's been... Oh, they just have a bunch of those. I don't know if that solves our problem of not being able to, like, get in the last bits of damage to actually close out the game, which is... Well, that's frightening. Well, there might be a slight power differential between our cards and our opponent's cards. Well, I think we got to just consider this an against the odds deck. What do you think about a one purchase dedicated to all access decks? A all access deck slot, which allows you to play any deck for the season. And after the season, you get to choose a new all access deck. Why is our opponent refusing to kill us? All right. We'll just do it for him. I think we're going to switch decks now. I loved your thoughts on my Artifacts deck. It needs more sideboard, performing middling so far. Ooh, that looks fun. I wonder... Machiko Saga. I wonder if that could be worth considering. That looks like a fun deck to play with, though. I like it. It's got a lot of fun cards in it. I feel like something like this could definitely could win some games. I like it. All right, let's switch it up. So, how much would you pay for the all access deck slot? The thing I dislike about that, discounting whatever economic issues there are, I feel that one of the big issues with Arena is... what are we going to play? What are we going to play? So what do you think, chat? Sultai Junji Reanimator, Blue-White Dollhouse, Velomachus, Rakdos, kind of weird Rakdos Invoke Despair stuff. What deck would you prefer? Hey, good game, 26 lads. Good game. One of the issues I have with Arena is that it forces people to only play one deck. So the thing I dislike about that solution, although I'll take any solution that improves, seems like Dollhouse or Reanimator are the most popular. I'll take any solution that improves the economy. I'm not going to complain. Anything that makes it better is good in my book. But one of my concerns is I want people to be able to play more decks on Arena. One of the things I see of a downside of Arena is that people grind into one deck and then they're stuck with that deck for a while till they can get to another deck. I want people to be able to play all the janky cards and fun cards. So while I'm sure that could be helpful for competitive players or grinders, and I'm totally for anything that improves economy in any way for anyone, I would prefer some sort of system that allowed people to play more decks rather than giving them a discount to play like one deck each season. Velomachus or Junjay? So the Dollhouse deck, this is a viewer submitted deck. Tezzerats, Invoke Justice, Dollhouses, Jin-Gataxias. Let's try it. Why not? Why not do some Dollhousing? So Invoke Justice can get back Dollhouse or get back any of our other things. Essentially, we're trying to get things in the graveyard, get them back with Dollhouse. Our best one's probably Jin, but we can get Spirited Companion to draw cards, Skyclave for removal, Elite Spellbinder, so... And we got Reality Chip. We haven't really seen Reality Chip go off at all. And then we play Junji sometime in the future. Did any of you watch the coverage this weekend? I know some people were saying they didn't even know there was a tournament going on. Here, I'll get the deck list updated. Did any of you watch the Kamigawa Championship? What are we looking for? Dollhouse. My question is not about Alchemy here. Watch, all 3 days I had Strep. Oh, Strep is so much not fun. So what did you think of it? Discounting, I know some people love Alchemy, some people hate it. I thought that the coverage was actually shockingly good. I was not sure if I was the only one. Hey, what's up, real Hopeful Panda? I thought the coverage was actually like shockingly good. I'm used to Wizards coverage being like worse than most Magic content, honestly, like mistakes and slow and breaks for 15 minutes while we go on to the next thing and just not very professional looking. That's what I expect out of Wizards official coverage. But it was exactly the opposite. I loved how they did the deck tax. It was snappy. It was quick. They got right into the matches. They had the cool like zoom in over cards that they talked about while they were doing the little deck tag things. They had good between match content. So I'm often very critical of Wizards tournament coverage when I think they deserve it. But in this case, I gotta definitely give them a lot of praise because I feel like they really upgraded coverage compared to last time that I had seen it. Count Joku for the 32nd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. And I really enjoyed watching the top 8. Yeah, it was good diversity. I got to see weird things like dungeons actually be good. It was fun to watch Jim. I felt so bad. I felt so bad for Jim. I thought he was gonna get there in the world seat. His deck was sweet. I liked his Grixis mid-range deck. I was tempted to play some Alchemy decks today from the tournament over the weekend, but I figured we might play some on Thursday when the new cards release, and that would probably be Alchemy Overload. So Reality Chip. Well, we got the Dollhouse. I think we're probably best off just filling our graveyard here. Get in, hit ya. Filling our graveyard, trying to get Dollhouse Jin set up. Actually, is that even correct? We can't Jin yet anyway. Maybe we just Spellbinder. Let's just Spellbinder, take a threat. Like a Brutal Cathar. Pass the turn. What happened to Reckless Reconfigure? Oh, they top deck. Oh, the old top deck what you thought C's plan. We ended up switching. We played it for the last couple hours and decided to switch it up. And so we got to do this now. Awkward. We decided to switch it up. We will discard what? Maybe Jin Lion Slash? Alright. Yeah, I think that's fine. Discard, discard. Pass the turn. Hey, what's up, Subkaris? How are you? Good to see you, good to see you. The Kiki Jiki Saga is actually kind of absurd. That's a card that I've gained a new appreciation for, is like a pseudo seasoned pyromancer. Like, that card seems really legit. About it. It's in hits us. Alright, we need 2 turns for the Dollhouse. So we can play Tezzeret. A little worried about how much we're getting beaten down. Like, we're gonna get a Jin Gataxius. Are we gonna get it quick enough? Tezzeret, draw a card. So we need a sweeper, maybe. Well, discard reality chip, because we can get it back later. Actually, we can just reanimate the Jin Gataxius. That might be even better. To just straight up reanimate it. Oh, but it still gets Brutal Cathard. That doesn't actually work, does it? We need a sweeper. We need a sweeper. About it. Yeah. Jin Gataxius is good against a lot of things, but Brutal Cathar is not one of those things. Opponent, getting into the Tezzeret, getting into the Tezzeret. Well, we will chump. I mean, we could also just start valuing things back with the Dollhouse for the time being and waiting. Just like drawing some cards and whatnot. Faithful Mending. Well, all right, Tezzeret. Take it up to draw some cards. Ooh, Skyclave. Skyclave's actually kind of good. Decline. Discard. Discard. Still got to get through the Snakeskin Veil. There's so many problems at the moment. Snakeskin Veil. How do we get through these layers of annoyingness? I have a photo for you to see in your DM for what I want for a pet. Ooh, I will check it, Magikarp. So we got to get through Snakeskin Veil so we can answer this. Well, I guess we're just going to Dollhouse for now. We have so much reanimation. Yeah, play Dollhouse. Play the Plains. Get back. Spirited Companion. Draw a card. Little constructy Spirited Companion. More Tezzerets. All right, pass the turn. Pass the turn. Oh, we're close. Once we get this Brutal Cathar out of our opponent's hand, the Jin becomes a lot better. Opponent. Yeah, we're... If our opponent ever taps down, it gets better too, and we can get rid of this Moonrage Brute. That would be good. I guess they can pass and flip to exile the Spirited Companion. They might be heading that direction. All right, opponent's going to kill the Tezzeret. We're not going to block. Tap your green mana, opponent. Just tap your green mana. Oh, you're right. It does cost no mana. That's kind of cute. I'm not used to the static actually being relevant on Tezzeret, but this is one of the times when it actually is. Who would win the Lord over a section of the entire plane, or Scourge of the Multiverse, or a human werewolf boy? I'm so confused. Well, Dollhouse back. I'll play Tezzeret. Dollhouse the Jin and go after the... Yeah, but can't they... Well, yeah, I guess they only have 1 green mana. That would be a way to get rid of it. We might end up going that direction. Ooh, another Dollhouse. We need more creatures, I think. Well, discard the Dollhouse. Because we can reanimate it. We're getting to the point where we'd rather reanimate it. Dollhouse. Get back. Glass pool. Actually, let's just get Lion Sash. Get back the Lion Sash. Hey, Power Dragon! Thank you for the cheer. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, play the land. Pass the turn. Yeah, next turn might be our Dollhouse. Dollhouse the Jin turn. Oh, we're so close. Eventually your opponent's going to tap down, and then they're in trouble. Apparition Glass Pool seems strong there. Have Jin up to counter it. Opponent counter on the Moon Rage Boot. Yeah, I mean, once we get the Jin down, then we get more options for actually dealing with our opponent's stuff. Opponent gets in. Yeah, we'll just take 5, I think. Sure. Down to 11. That's good, Power Dragon. How are the chickens? I always wonder. I live out in the country, and I have relatives around here that also have chickens. Are you still doing the chicken thing? I saw some videos on your channel like a while ago with some chicken content. I thought it was interesting. Let's see. Discard a Tezzeret. Discard a Tezzeret. All right, I think it's Jin time. Play a land. I live out in the middle of nowhere in good old upstate New York. Well, Tezzeret. Draw and discard. Discard a Dollhouse. Dollhouse. Get back Jin Gitaxias. This is our turn to go for it. Get back the Jin Gitaxias. And then Skyclave Apparition. Get a peek at your hand. Random story, but just sold a place and gave the chickens up to the new owners since they wanted chickens. We'll likely get more this year at the new place. Oh, that's sweet. Wow, they have protection for days. And a random Catilda. What is our opponent doing? Well, I guess we'll take Inscription. Skyclave Apparition. Get rid of the Moon Rage Brew. I mean, this is kind of working. Yes. We'll pay the 3. We'll get back another Elite Spellbinder. Sure, but there's a Jin. Whoo, that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. Counter that. And now I think we should be good. Out of here, Moon Rage Brew. Get another Elite Spellbinder. And about it, done. Apparently, Jin Gitaxia is a powerful card if you can actually get it on the battlefield. All right, opponent's playing green-white human +1/+1 counters. Wandering Emperor seems fine. Maybe March of Otherworldly Light. What can we go down? The Invoke Justices felt like they were going to be actually probably pretty good there. We never ended up casting them, but it felt like they would have been if we did need to cast them. Trim. Yeah, how about that? 3 Wandering Emperors. Run it like that. I mean, the static was fine on the Tezzeret. The card draw's nice. I mean, the thing is, the difference between 1 and 0, it's something, but it's not like we're getting the full 2 mana discount. Kringelmeister, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. I mean, in a defense of everyone, Jin-Gitaxias does have a lot of tags. I wouldn't want to read all that either. Who's got time? Who's got time to read that much? Opponent. On to game number 2. Maybe this deck's good. So what are you expecting from the economy stream, chat? Is there any chance that there's going to be good news? Sell me, convince me, chat, that we're going to get good news from this economy stream and we're going to be celebrating come Thursday night, Friday morning. Do you think they're going to actually say anything of note? Or do you think it's just going to be like, well, you know, we appreciate your concerns. We hear your feedback. You know, thank you so much for all of this. And, you know, we did the stream now, so everything's good. I mean, if you expect nothing, then it's harder to be disappointed, that's for sure. This Thursday, Wizards is doing the economy stream. It's happening. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it on our stream. We'll watch it and then play Magic afterwards and talk about it. But yeah, it's the same time that we start streaming is when Wizards is doing the economy stream. Opponent. It's cool to see someone playing Yugon. Let's just get rid of this mana dork. Wow, it takes a lot of clicks to cast this, doesn't it? Get rid of the token. Wistful thinking, but you get a playset of every card for a wild card. Wow, that would be great. That would be super great for players. That's definitely probably wistful thinking for sure, but well, Elite Spellbinder, opponent a bunch of protection spells. We'll take one of them. Pass the turn, opponent, Jugen, growing the Dorkarinos. And gets and hits us. Sure. No blocks. I don't have a problem with what you do and who you are, but I think Wizards will... I don't have a problem with what you do or who you are, but I think Wizards will do something, but I think it will mostly benefit people like you and people who can play for hours and hours. Huh. I don't know. I don't know if that would be a great solution. I mean, the thing is, I'm lucky that I get to make Magic videos and do streams. Like, that's what I do for a living. So I'm pretty fortunate that as much as I would like the economy to improve for everyone, like I'm probably one of the people that least needs the economy to improve for me, even though it's, I think, ridiculous that it's $2,000 a year or more now with Alchemy, $2,500 a year probably, maybe $3,000 a year to keep up with everything. I think that's like insane. Like I said, it's what I do, so it's kind of fun. As disappointing as it is, it's kind of fine. On the other hand, I want people to be able to like play cool decks. Like that's my biggest issue is like I can't really do budget magics easily for Arena because there's not really any way to be a budget player. That's just not a thing that exists on Arena. So that's a big frustration. I want people to be able to play cool, janky, fun decks that they enjoy playing, but the economy is not set up in that way. So if it came down to it, like I would much rather have those things happen and the economy improve in that way than the cost of buying everything and going from $3,000 to $2,500. Like that really makes no difference. Very, very minimal difference to me. Opponent. Yeah, it can be written off as a business expense. Although opponent gets in, hits us. Although being written off, you're just not paying taxes on that essentially. So it's not like you get the entire the entire amount back, but it is definitely something. All cards are free, but you have to watch an advertisement whenever you cast a spell. That would be super annoying. Although, do you think there's any chance they could support Arena? Do you think there's any chance they could support Arena through... They get to put counters on things? They do. Just through, all right, opponent flips, another Dugan. Just through cosmetics. Like, is there any chance they could do that? I don't think playing an ad when you cast a spell would, oh, that would be so miserable. That would be a horrible solution. But, like, Fortnite, you don't have to watch an ad when you play Fortnite, and... you can play that game completely for free. And there's a lot of other games that are like that. League of Legends, I think, is like that. Like the biggest, most popular esport type games usually don't charge you to play the game. Like you can get everything for free. A lot of it you just have immediately. But then they make that back by... by selling cosmetics. Wow, it's a 10-10. That is a 10-10. Protection. All right, let's Wandering Emperor. Snipe the Catilda. Untap.
What you get for hurting my people.
Play a Glass Pool Mimic. Discard Ottawa. Bounce the 10-10. Take up on Elite Spellbinder.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Pass the turn. Legends of Runeterra tried that, and everything Riot has said about that indicates that they lost money on the game. So maybe it just wouldn't work with a Magic style game. I mean, even if, the dream would be you get all the cards for free and then cosmetics support the game. I would accept getting all the cards for cheap and cosmetics filling in the gaps. Like if they can't make it completely free, or do you think it's just like with card games, it's gotta be ridiculously expensive? And that's the only way they're profitable. Oh, by the way, Seth, I started my job on Monday. I hate corporate overlords with a burning passion, but at least I get $20 an hour. I mean, you gotta eat, Magikarp. I also am not a fan of the corporate overlords, but you gotta eat. So, that's awesome. Think of all the Magic cards you could buy now. Forget about eating. You get to buy decks. You get actual decks. Do people actually buy cosmetics? I mean, whales do. In other games, there's people who spend ridiculous amounts of money, but I know people who essentially have all the cosmetics. I'm not someone who does it. I buy select cosmetics, but I know some people that they just have all of it, and they probably spent tens of thousands of dollars, I assume it would cost to buy all of them. Well, make a samurai. This is still, we have not gotten a single creature in our graveyard, which is so awkward. Make a samurai. Play the land. Oh, this is gonna flip again. I mean, I guess we can get down a Dollhouse, but still, we need bodies. We need bodies. The cosmetics approach doesn't work as well for Arena because you're not playing your friends. So it's hard for you to show off to your social group. Oh, but imagine if they added like commanders, so you could do that. Or if there were more features, improve friendless and stuff. Maybe that could actually work. People would pay to bling out their commander decks if they could do it. I mean, that's a pipe dream, I think, for Arena. It definitely sounds like that's not in the cards to have multiplayer, but well, we'll pass the turn again. Not feeling super good about where we're at. We really need a way to stock our graveyard. That's what we've been missing. Dollhouses for days, but no way to get creatures in our graveyard. How about it? Blaze a land. Once this flips, Allenback Escort, things are going to get sketchy. Or even right now, things are going to get sketchy. Wow. Okay. This Jugin's going to go off. It's going to go off. Commander requires a full rewrite of the server end. It's never coming. Yeah, I think it's most likely that eventually they make another game. Although it's so unfortunate. Like, oh. I mean, maybe it was bad luck on Wizard's side that right when Arena comes out, they make this flashy new client for playing Magic Online. They do all this stuff, and then right as they do that, Commander becomes the most popular way to play, and it can't be supported on the new flashy client. So definitely, I would say not ideal, probably. Yeah, we're in a pretty tough spot here. So we get smacked. We lose our stuff. We draw even more lands. Well, I mean, get back a sad Elite Spellbinder. Dollhouse for the 46th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Thank ya. How are you, Dollhouse? I don't really know if it was like a mistake on their end and they didn't plan ahead that much, or they just got unlucky and no one could have seen the rise of Commander coming, and the time frame, it could go either way. Wait, Prof's Kickstarter broke broke Kickstarter? I gotta look this up now. Did it actually? All right, so Jugon's gonna flip. Yeah, we're in the rough shape here. Wow! Jeez! Prof is, wow! I mean, yeah, Prof's Kickstarter is doing very well. In one day, 12,000 backers and climbing. I mean, it is a really nice, funded in 17 minutes. Wow. It is a nice deck box. It is a really nice deck box. Yeah, I think we're losing this one. Those are some... Well, this is the best I've ever seen Jugon defends a temple be by far. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we just couldn't get any graveyard velocity. We had Dollhouses, but we never do a single way to get things in the graveyard. I wonder... Is this deck too... Maybe we can't cut the dragon. Maybe we just need more... maybe we cut too many creatures? Well, run it back. Yeah, no, that's amazing. Super, super sweet. Speaking of eating, still no cooking stuff lately. I have a creme brulee recipe I want to start making. Thankfully, a reviewer got a hold of the cookbook I used said that I could reduce the salt to a fourth or less of its recipe requirements. They're a sweet dish, so salt being high on it is weird. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had creme brulee actually. What is creme brulee like? Creme brulee. Oh, also announcing this again now that everyone's here. So tomorrow was gonna be the 50K AMA thing on the Commander YouTube. We are pushing it back. You know what? Maybe this is fine. Wandering Emperor is good removal. We're pushing it back because Richard is going to be away having a baby with his wife tomorrow. Just randomly came up like, I gotta go to the hospital tomorrow. So no AMA on Wednesday because of a baby stuff. So planning on next week, assuming all the baby stuff goes fine. But yeah, it should be next week. Worst case 2 weeks for the AMA. Well, play the land, Elite Spellbinder. Have I tried Kami War in Standard? We have not played Kami War. I actually have a deck list of Kami War from someone else that I have in Arena, but I haven't played it yet. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I can get him to give it a magic name. I know Richard really liked Liliana. I don't think I'll go for it though. That was the code name of Goldfish when he started making it. It was actually just called Liliana. So I was gonna try to get him to go with the magic name, but I don't know if it'll work. What's the best magic name to give to a actual human child? I'll get in hit ya. I am the Evo one. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you. Jace isn't bad. Jace seems like a relatively real name, right? What's your favorite standard build so far? Oh, I mean, since Kamigawa released, the Mech Titan core deck was pretty fun. The Mindlink mech deck was also really sweet. The Reckless Reconfigure deck we played today, meh. I mean, it's cool, but I don't think it's actually super... It's not super strong, we learned. Those ones stand out, I think, as being some of my favorites. Oh, the Turtle Lock. The Turtle Lock deck. How could I forget about the Turtle Lock? If you do not value your time, Turtle Lock is awesome. So good. Gets in with the Escort. Oh, this actually works out pretty well. We get to Wandering Emperor, make a Samurai, and block, and that doesn't care about Tamio safekeeping. Samurai time. Block that Escort. Opponent. Jace, I think the Unspeakable. Hey, tell Savetta. Oh, also apologize if I'm butchering your name, but hello. Hope all is going well. Jin Gataxius. I wonder if I could get away with naming a baby Jin Elish Norn. Little Elish Norn. Jace Teferi, those seem real enough. I think you could get away with those and it would be fine. Oh. Take down, make a Samurai. Go to combat. Hit you with the Spellbinder. Well, right now we're just kind of winning like a weird blue-white tempo deck, essentially. Glasspool Mimic. Copy the Spellbinder. Glasspool Mimic is such an underrated card. I feel like I should play it more, and I play it a decent amount, but I always feel like I should just play this card sort of all the time. Like, you need to have a lot of creatures, but in a deck with a decent amount of creatures, it seems like just a fine value play. Kiki. Did you know that there's a combo with Colossal Sky Turtle and Seed of Renewal? You channel the turtle to get back Renewal, then you can use Renewal to get back the turtle and any other enchantments or creatures. I gotta look up Seed of Renewal now. Seeds of Renewal. Oh, it's a commander card. Undaunted commander card. Seeds of Renewal. Return up to 2 cards from a graveyard to your hand, exile. Wait, but doesn't it? I don't know if that works. Does it? With the exile clause? I feel like that fizzles it. We were kind of looping it with Shijiki in standard. Oh, Season of Renewal. Opponent. Oh, where's your deck, Doug? What one? Season of Renewal. All right, let me look up Season of Renewal. Fatal Medic. Oh, it's in Kamigawa. Oh, I gotcha. Season of Renewal, the one that yeah, that gets back creatures or enchantments. Yeah, that's sweet. We played it with Shigeki Jukai Visionary. That was the loop we were playing. Shigeki gets back Turtle. Turtle gets back Shigeki. Shigeki can also get back more stuff. So you just build this ridiculous endless value train of getting stuff back from your graveyard. We mostly just timed out a lot, but it was very good at doing that, I will say. Discard. I think we got a Skyclave this turn to get rid of this Jugen. Ooh, that's a good card. Skyclave Apparition. Oh, budget Nekusar, that's right. All right, snag the Jugen. Opponent, I don't think can save it. They need 3 mana, 1, 2. Oh, this makes mana, so they can. Yeah, whatever. If they do, they do. All right, opponent saves it. Well, we'll take up Wandering Emperor on Elite Spellbinder. And
Tell them how we greet our enemies.
I guess hit you for 7. Maybe we're the aggro. Oh, the Nekusar deck looks good, Doug. Really, all your decks, they're just so strong. That's my overall perception of your commander decks, budget or not. Whenever I look at one of your decks, I think that's actually like a really powerful looking deck. He was beat by the combo in Neo Draft. Yeah, I could see that being really good in draft if you get the Shigeki to assemble it. Opponent down to 9. Gets the big Remnant of the Rising Star. Oh, we still gotta read. We gotta read the standoff in Honolulu. That's the. It's so good. It's so good. Luminarch. Wow, fully taps out for Luminarch Aspirant. No fear for our opponent. No fear of death. I mean, I guess they have a flyer, but they're actually really close to just straight up losing to our elite spellbinders. That is a very realistic thing. Oh, Turtle in Season, yeah, being uncommon for limited, yeah, that makes sense. So it'd be more relevant. Opponent, Remnant, getting big, and opponent. Bites Elite Spellbinder. Passes. We draw a land. Well, this is actually good. They fought the Glasspool Mimic version, which means we get to Dollhouse. This is great for us. Land. Get back Glasspool Mimic. Copy the Skyclave. Get rid of this Remnant of the Rising Star. Yeah, that is. Should have killed the other one. Should have killed the other one. Wandering Emperor, Samurai, hit you in the air for 4, and I think we're gonna get there, or for 3, and I think we're gonna get there with. Wow, what if we swing out? So opponent takes 3, they block, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they lose this, we lose that, they get a 3/3. I think that's worth it. Yeah, swing with everything. Get in there. Have you played Kamigawa Draft outside stream? What was your experience? I haven't done many Kamigawa drafts. It seems like everyone loves it, but I just haven't gotten much of a chance to actually do limited outside of the little bit we did on stream. Opponent blocking and blocking. I mean, I think this is fine. So opponent's gonna get a 3/3, but they're gonna drop to. They're going to drop to 2, which just puts them dead on board. Well, drop to 4 thanks to the life gain, but they're dead on board to Elite Spellbinder now. So I think this works. I need to do more drafting. I know everyone loves Kamigawa Draft, but I dislike it. It was super good at all the drafts this year. I was super good at all the drafts this year, except for Kamigawa. I consistently go 0-3. Yeah. Every once in a while, there's formats like that. Back before I was doing as much content. Back before I was doing content so much. Oh, they get lifelink, lifelink. Another escort off the top. Wow, okay. Those are really, really good draws for our opponent. Do these draws actually get them back in the game? Maybe. So they're going to gain 5? They're going to gain 9? Wow! Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Those were insane draws for our opponent. The best possible draws. Okay. Well, the game is on. The game is on. Dominaria was good. Do you ever try the standard shake-up events? Every once in a while. Opponent grows the dorks. Well, okay. Block, block, block. Opponent gaining back all the life they lost. McFly, are we gonna lose this? Welcome to the fishbowl. Hey, what's up, Berserker buddy? Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank ya. All right, opponent's gonna sack to save it. They gain back enough life that we can't really kill them here. They're up to 15. Well, we get to invoke justice. Get back Skyclave. Actually, that's silly. We Dollhouse Skyclave. Get rid of the ooze. I mean, I think we're still going to get there. We're just making it look a lot harder than it needed to. Take up on Elite Spellbinder.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Invoke Justice. Wandering Emperor. Target permanent. What am I? I'm confused. Invoke Justice. Wandering Emperor. Return target permanent from your graveyard. Why do I have to target a player? What part of this targets a player? Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield and you distribute 4 counters among any number of creatures or vehicles target. Why? Why would you want to be distributing counters on your opponent's things? Why? Why, Wizards? Why? Why are those words written on there in that manner? just in case you're feeling generous and wanting to give your opponent 4+1/+1 counters. Well, that was nice. That was nice of Wizards to consider that possibility. We are not feeling that generous. Hit ya. Is Two-Headed Giant still a format? Like, do they still design cards for that? Is that still a thing that happens? About it. I was thinking Commander, like group hug Commander stuff, but still, even there, like the odds that you want to use it on your opponent's stuff is so unlikely. I remember my everlasting memory of Two-Headed Giant is they printed a Two-Headed Giant set. Was it Oath of the Gatewatch? Is that the one that had the Two-Headed Giant mechanic in it? And because they printed a Two-Headed Giant set, they removed Two-Headed Giant from Magic Online because they didn't want to actually deal with implementing it. So rather than making it work, they're just like, no more Two-Headed Giant. We don't want to program this. Hey, Goldfinch, just passing by to say thanks for your deck list. Help me get back into MTG after some years. Hey, thank you, that witted player. I appreciate the kind words. Good to see you. Opponent, counter on the dork. Are you dead? Is it over yet? It does not have lifelink. That does not have lifelink. About it. Going attacking. Sure. Yup. Well, we will just block here and take our beats. Down to 6. Orin Refuse. That doesn't stop a Spellbinder, and it was a grind, but we got there. Opponent passes, and we'll be polite. And rather than doing a bunch of other stuff, we will just attack. All right, so the standoff in Honolulu, we got We gotta read it for the people that haven't seen it, because it's just so funny, and I know some people have it. So as far as our decks today, sadly, Reckless Crew, still pretty reckless. Inconsistent. It feels close though. It's gotten so much closer. We're almost there. And then the Dollhouse deck, I mean, it felt like it could grind. We didn't get to play it a ton. We might have to play it more in the future. All right, the standoff in Honolulu. All right, so here it is. I'm gonna read it. So this is Pro Tour Honolulu. And it says the big story from Pro Tour Honolulu wasn't Kazuya Mayuta's $40,000 victory in the finals. The big story happened in round 1, where a young boy known only as Hans did something that caused many to call him a hero. Hans' game looked unwinnable. He was at negative life and only kept alive by a Platinum Angel. His opponent had cast a Molder Slug. If you don't know Molder Slug, it blows up an artifact on your upkeep, I believe, something like that. It's an old Mirrodin card, threatening to remove the Angel, Hans's only artifact, at the beginning of his next turn. But when it got to his next turn, Hans would say the word that would put the whole series of events into motion, a word that would send ripples through Magic's history, a word that would cement Hans' legendary status. Hans stared at his opponent and said, "No." His opponent was taken aback. "Judge," his opponent said, "he's refusing to follow my Molder Slug's triggered ability." Refusing? Is this true, Hans? Hans nodded. The judge said, "I have to issue a game loss." Hans pointed to a Platinum Angel and said, "I can't lose the game." And with that, he proceeded to his draw step, undaunted by the ruling. Then he skimmed through his deck for a mark card and put it into his hand as well. "You're violating the game rules," the judge said. In addition to ignoring my ruling, so I'm issuing you a game loss." Hans, his finger still stuck on the Platinum Angel, like a modern little Dutch boy with his finger plugging a leak in the dike, said, "You can issue all the game losses you want, but my Platinum Angel's in play, and they have no effect." Hans proceeded to the attack phase, swung for 4 with his Angel, then he looked at his opponent's face-down morphs, referred to outside notes, and substituted cards from his sideboard. The judge stood before him flummoxed. Without saying a word, Hans merely looked at the judge while pointing at his Platinum Angel. It was when Hans cast Demonic Eternity that the head judge was called over. Anti-cards are banned, the head judge said. That is a complete violation of the rules. But when he saw Hans's Platinum Angel in play, he quieted. He knew he was defeated. Hans said, "Since Demonic Attorney is in the game, we have to do what it says." He proceeded to put the top card of his opponent's deck into his trade binder. The head judge frowned disapprovingly. He's right. It was a matter of hours before Hans owned his opponent's entire deck, as well as many other cards from his opponent's collection, thanks to Mindslaver and Ring of Mufora. Each time, judges tried to issue Hans game loss for casting cards without mana and playing cards without the graveyard. Hans merely pointed to his Platinum Angel. The cards Hans didn't want to take from his opponent. He tore up due to interactions involving Chaos Confetti, March of the Machines, and Cyro Shape. Having, by this time, gathered quite a crowd, Hans proceeded to produce a folded and wrinkled copy of the DCI Infraction Procedure Guide from his pocket and began skimming it for ideas. He noticed that kicking an opponent's chair out from under them was listed as unsportsmanlike conduct, so he did just that. He also kicked the chair out from under several other players and spectators. The sun was starting to set. The judges had not even attempted to give Hans a game loss for stalling. One by one, they hanged their heads and walked away, resigned at their powerlessness in the face of a Platinum Angel. And then one hatched a plan. "I know what we can do," the judge exclaimed. The next morning, Hans was awoken by a blaring across the room from a police loudspeaker. "Hans," the voice said, "this is your mother. I love you. Please sacrifice your Platinum Angel to the Molder Slug triggered ability and call it an end." Hans lifted his head, looked around the room, and kicked his opponent's chair out from under him once more. "Hans," his mother said, "we miss you. We just want you to come home." Hans yawned, cast an unglued handcuffs, and ordered his opponent to touch his hands together. It was day 4 of the standoff when another voice blared across the room. "Hans," a voice said, "this is your fiance. There's only 2 more days to our wedding, honey. Don't you still want to get married? You have to end this game now. Please sacrifice your Platinum Angel. We love you." Hans' mouth hung open. A tear came to his eye. "Marcia," he said, "I love you." He looked around, seemingly aghast at what he was done. He paused. "I concede." There was a flurry of applause throughout the room. Judges began high-fiving each other and giving Marcia hugs. "Unfortunately," Hans said, the concession has no effect since my Platinum Angel is still in play." 2 weeks into the game, the military shows showed up. Hans came from a helicopter. We have you surrounded. If you don't concede immediately, we'll open fire. Hans looked up at the helicopter, over at the tanks, and across the street at the snipers. He was pointing at the Platinum Angel ever so stoically. To this day, a sleeve Platinum Angel remains embedded in Hans' tombstone. Hans may have lost his life that day, but he never lost the game. So good. So good. Oh, so that is, yeah, I don't know. I was Marsha. Maybe it was Marsha. But yeah, the story is really hilarious. You walked into the standoff at Honolulu. Maybe the best Magic story. And I think So Lost, I mean, basically it's jokes about Platinum Angel taken to an extreme and not being able to lose the game. And what made me think of it is we were playing the Reckless deck, which essentially has a Platinum Angels in it. We have our new version in Cloud Steel Kieran. So that's what made me think of the story. But it's not real, but I think it's a classic Magic fanfic for sure. Like it is S tier Magic fanfic. But on that note, everyone, I gotta go get the Bear Bee. So I think we gotta wrap it up for today. So reminders, Replay YouTube, that's we invite all those streams, including this one in the future, normal YouTube. Tons of stuff coming up on there. Tomorrow, we are finally issuing for Against Odds. You're not gonna want to miss that one. And one more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes and they'll hook you up. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome and spectacular. No, not live Against Odds. Against Odds on the YouTube channel tomorrow. And we'll be back Thursday to have some more fun. Thursday, economy stream, then gameplay. So have a wonderful night, everyone. Have a great Wednesday. I'll see you on Thursday. We can complain about the arena economy, play some Magic, have some fun. Until then, I love y'all, and I will talk to you soon.